What's up? Today we have special guest Kyle Ruse.
Hey.
What is up, dude?
Nothing, hanging out.
Hey.
Drinking the liquor you guys got. That was very nice of you guys.
You are the first legit comic that we've had on this show.
I don't know about legit. I do comedy, but...
You're definitely legit, dude. I listened to your whole album today on Spotify, and that was fucking hilarious.
Should have done Amazon. I get more money for that one.
Oh, man.
You really have it on Amazon?
Yeah, it's on all those things, man. I didn't do it. Like, I'm not tech smart. There's a shitty website that, like, you pay and it disperses them to all those. But yeah, it's on, like, that, iTunes, all the major bullshit. It's not hard to find.
You're a local, and you're born and raised in this area of Florida, right?
Yeah, I was born at Bayfront. I'll probably die there. Like,
Born at Bayfront, you'll probably die
probably.
there.
Like, that would be poetic. That's the way I see it. Spread my ashes at St. Pete Beach.
And you've been doing tattoos. That's basically what you do now, is just basically tattoos, stand-up comedy, and what else you do? How do you make money?
I do that too.
And drugs. Fuck yeah.
No, dude, I've been doing stand-up for like a decade. I've been tattooing for like a decade. It's like pretty much all I do anymore. Like, it's pretty rad. Like, I'm glad that I don't weld anymore.
That you don't weld?
Yeah, that sucks. It's Florida. It's hot. I'm fat. It's not a good thing to do. It's like 104 degrees, like hanging out with like your future. I'm glad I got out of that, because every day that I was like the welding shop, just looking at like old drunk pieces of shit, and I was like, that's gonna be me.
What's the face tat?
It's an umbrella.
Okay.
It's stupid. Part of working at a tattoo shop is sometimes you're like, oh, this would be cool. You know what I mean? And then it happens. Like, you don't get a chance to think it through.
Yeah.
So I tattooed like 4. I was working at Tyrone Mall, and I tattooed like 4 ghetto-ass white kids that week and did like teardrops on all of them.
Were they 19 years old?
They were like maybe like 18 tops. You know what I mean? Like the chin strap, beard, like wife beater, like one hand tattoo, like P Park
Fitted
white
cap.
kids. Yeah. And all these kids got like teardrops, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna get an umbrella." Like,
Yeah.
And then it just happened, and then now I have a face tattoo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is that to shield the rest of your face from all the teardrops that fall?
It depends how drunk I am when you ask me. Like, sometimes I'll be like, I killed so many people, I got an umbrella. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, if I'm like talking to a chick, well, before I was married, like, I cry a lot, I'm sensitive. Like, oh my God, it's the cutest thing.
That when you're at Atomic Tattoo there in Tyrone Mall?
Fuck no, I quit there years ago.
Oh.
I
That-
did.
when you got the umbrella tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I got that.
Do you remember? You probably don't remember it. Do you remember this tattoo by any chance, though?
Hell yeah.
That's my mom.
Oh my
we
God, that's
came to the
hilarious.
mall that day with my mom and her cousin.
Man, I
and
got
you
so
tattooed
much
that
better.
on my mom's shoulder. And she got a Steelers tattoo.
Carving them up.
Yeah, and
It's
I remember
funny.
you gave her the card. I think it said Fat Kyle on the
Yeah.
card, and she fucking. I told her today, I'm like, I'm doing the podcast with the guy that tattooed your Steelers tattoo. She's like, I fucking love him.
I lost a little weight since then. Yeah, that's it's so funny. Like, people will be like, "Oh, you tattooed me." I don't even know who they are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, somebody will stop me in the grocery store. Like, what's up, man? Like, you tattooed me. I'm like, I don't know who you are. And then like show me their tattoos. Like, oh, what's up, Jim? How's the kids? What's up? You know what I mean? Like,
it clicks.
I like will not even remember somebody, and they'll like show me some shit. Like, I've apologized
so
to
funny.
people that like I tattooed like my first year. Like, I was like, oh fuck, like my bad.
Hell yeah. My mom, she's like, I told her we're coming to do the podcast. She's like, tell him I'm ready for another one.
Yeah, the fact that like I did that on her, and she still wants to get tattooed. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, it's cool as hell. She loves it too, man.
Yeah, that was a weird time, bro. Working on the mall was so weird.
Yeah, it is weird, right? We were actually
Yeah.
just like there randomly, and the tattoo shop was there, and my mom was like, I don't know, I think we had Bloody Marys early in the day and drinking, and she's like, let's get a tattoo.
I probably did too when I was working there, dude. Like, you ever been kicked out of a Ruby Tuesday? Like, that's
No, not Ruby Tuesday.
on a
forgot about
Tuesday.
that.
Like, how poetic.
How do you get kicked out of Ruby Tuesdays?
I don't even remember what I did. Probably just being loud, treating
Yeah.
it like a bar. You know what I mean? Like, we would always like go like to work hungover. The mall opened at like 10. We would literally go in, drop our backpacks, and go straight to Ruby Tuesday.
Hell
and
yeah.
Go get, like,
Yeah,
mini
because it was
burgers
right
and
there in the
Bloodies, yeah.
mall.
There's
Yeah.
like 2 hot chicks that worked there at the time too. That like,
Hell yeah.
So like we would go there and get bloodies, but like, yeah, sometimes you forget you're not at a bar, even though you're sitting at a bar.
Right.
And you're like just fucking yelling, like cussing and shit. Like old people are like having brunch around you. Like, get them out of here.
Get
Like,
them
fuck
out.
You. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got the salad bar. They're like, we can't have this here.
Yeah. You're like 3 drinks deep on like a Wednesday at like
Yeah,
11:30, and you're like, you're the problem, not me.
Yeah.
That's the joy of alcohol. You'll feel right even when you're so wrong.
So wrong. Yeah.
So are stupid tattoos your favorite tattoos? Just dumb, meaningless tattoos? I think if I was to get a tattoo, that's definitely what I would do.
Yeah, man, get a memorial tat for your dead kid's boring, man. Get something cool. Get an eagle. Go home. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, like, yeah, if you want to get like a meaningful tattoo, yeah, cool. Like, if you want to think it out, I'm not gonna do that shit for you. That's not my job. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what fucking like, dude. I should be a goddamn florist right now. Like, I know every flower from the years of tattooing. Like, I've literally like. I have a face tat. I look like a date rapist, and I've literally yelled the words, "That's a stargazer lily, not a tiger lily." Like, I don't, like, my job isn't to think your shit out. You know what I mean?
Right.
The same person that comes with some bullshit Pinterest tattoo, I treat them the same as somebody that comes in to get something rad that I want to do. You know what I mean? Like, it's so different. There's so many different styles of everything, too. Like, I definitely prefer doing, like, fun, like, jokey tattoos, like punny shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I would like to do.
Right.
But, like, I really don't care what it is as long as I get to do it in the style I want to do.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, anything else. Like, if somebody paints fucking oil landscapes, you know what I mean? You're not going to be like, hey, paint my kid, you know? Like, it's not what I do. I paint boats, motherfucker.
Hell
like,
yeah.
like, it's, honestly, I really don't care anymore as long as people are paying. Like, that's all I care about.
Right, don't matter,
like,
right? That's your
dude,
job.
Treat everybody with respect, dude. Like,
Right.
There's, like, not really any customer service in what we do, but, like, it's, you slap a fucking smile on your face just like if you work at a wing house, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whatever the hell you do.
Right, you're serving them whatever they order.
I can't wait to tattoo this arrow on you that I did 6
you
times
can't
last
wait.
week, Stephanie. You know what I mean? This is the greatest idea ever.
Right.
My favorite is when people come in, they're like, I want something original. And they show you a picture from Pinterest of a tattoo that's already on somebody else.
Right.
And then they look at you and they look at, like, through your book of shit that you don't, I don't like any of this. This is stupid.
Yeah.
There's
original shit.
There's nothing original left, is there?
Nah, I mean, there is, but no one's cool enough to get that kind of stuff. You know what I
Right.
mean? I was trying to talk some kid into getting good and evil vaginas in his armpits not too long ago.
Whoa.
I was like, that'd be rad, dude.
He's so sick.
This kid was like, he's like, I want to do like devils on one arm and like angels on the other. I was like, we should do like a really nice pussy in one armpit and then like think pomegranate with maggots for the other one. I was like, that would be a good day.
Holy shit.
He did not think that was a good idea.
He didn't get it?
Nah, not at all. Like, I think the funniest, dumbest thing I've ever done, it wasn't even my idea. Still working at the mall for some reason. And this lady came in with like a raspy ass voice, like those like tight pants with like the fucking bedazzled crosses on the ass. This lady was probably like mid 50s or like a real ate up like mid 40s, right? Definitely Kansas City, like Harley riding lady, like
Pinellas Park's finest.
peroxide blonde, fucking bleached hair. Like, I think she was wearing a Warrant tank top. You know what I mean? Like, she was probably like, I would like to see her 20-year-old counterpart. You know what I mean?
Like she went to the tour that was on the back of her shirt.
Yeah, like this lady looks like she would finger you. Like she was scary as fuck. And she comes in and she's like, I want to get a monster truck on my lower back. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I want to do it. I was like, Gravedigger, what's up? Let's do it.
Gravedigger,
and I tattooed a monster truck on her lower back with a banner that said mudslanging. And I was like, you don't drive a truck, do you? She goes, nah, I'm a straight freak. And I was like, oh my God, I'm doing like an anal sex reference on this old broad right now.
Oh.
As if it couldn't get any better. Her like 30-year-old son hung out the whole time.
Whoa.
Like, you know, like kids are like very different than their parents sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, this was like, I don't know how this like straight-laced like fucking camp counselor looking fucking dude came out of this lady. Like, this dude was literally sitting there in like a canary yellow polo, just like, damn it, mom. Like, I was like, yeah, let's ditch
Mudslanger.
You give her the mudslanger.
yeah, let's ditch the kid. Let's go to Ruby Tuesdays,
Let's
bitch.
go.
Yeah, let's hang out. Yeah.
She was ready too, probably.
Oh my God, this lady.
You know she is.
Oh my God, yeah, this lady smelt like Zima. It was fucking. she was the best. Her name is Cheryl. I still tattoo her.
That's
Like,
sick.
yeah, she's fucking rad as fuck, dude. Like, she moved to Homosassa because that's what you do when you look like that.
Yeah.
And I was doing comedy up there at this biker bar called High Octane Saloon, and like she's like friends with me on Facebook, and like didn't even think about it, and I was like, I'm gonna be here, whatever. I get off stage, and this lady is like at the side of the stage, like, you did this tattoo, and I'm like, Cheryl, what's up, lady?
How are the kids?
Oh my God, right?
Yeah.
It's a weird thing, man. Like, there's people that I've met tattooing that like that are just customers, but then there's people that like I even forget that I met them at work that are just homies now. It's not the industry a lot of people think it is. Like, it's fun. And that's the shitty part is like people are like, you love your job, so it's not really work. Like, it's still fucking work.
Still
like,
work.
Yeah.
I don't always love it. Like, playing in blood is not fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know who the
Right,
fuck people.
all that,
You guys
yeah.
live around here. You know how gross these people are.
Yeah.
Like, tattooed in P Park for 5 years, man. Like,
right.
I'm
That's
immune
rough.
to anything,
Yeah,
right? Like,
definitely. You definitely aren't catching the coronavirus.
Oh,
That's
dude,
for sure.
I've literally turned down chicks and been like, hey, like, give it a week when that shit right there clears up, come back. You know what I mean? Like, now's not the time.
Damn.
So there's been people that have walked in that have been so gnarly that you've been like, I don't know if I can touch you.
Dude, yeah, like stinky people. Like that's like that shouldn't be a thing that I should have to tell people. Like,
Yeah.
you brush your teeth before you go to the fucking doctor or the dentist. You know, like
Right.
shower before you come into the shop, right? Like
Right,
if
at
people
least.
leaving construction sites, like, hey man, you want to fix this barbed wire? Fuck you. Go home and shower, bro. Like I
Then
don't.
come back.
Yeah, every dude that's ever come in a lime green shirt, like, you know, like cut trees, shower, then come in. You know,
Right.
like so bad, dude. Like people like that, like people that are like visibly like hammered. Like I don't want to deal with that shit. Like pillheads, dude. Like I've had people come in that are like sober as a fucking bird when you get there, and they're like, oh, I want to get this, and then like you're drawing shit up, and like they're like, oh man, like they were like doing pills or something in the bathroom, and then you're like half hour into the tattoo, and they're just
They're
zonked
falling
out in the
asleep,
chair. You're like, yeah,
nodding out.
it's awful, man.
So does your tattoo career kind of fuel your comedy career in a way? Or how did you get
no.
started in comedy? What made you want to start doing that?
I don't know. I always liked stand up, dude. Like I was watching my parents really into it. Like I used to come home from school and like watch my dad's like Dean Martin roast tapes. You know what I mean? Like Don Rickles and shit. Like I was so into that. Like I was watching stand up like when I was like 6, 7 years old, dude. 5th grade talent show, I roasted my teachers.
Hell yeah.
Destroyed them, dude.
Oh man, I wish we had that video.
Dude, my mom, very nice lady, has literally on 4 Coors Lights been like, I'll suck somebody's dick for that tape if somebody's got it. I'm like,
What?
Oh man.
She's a good lady.
Did you go through some childhood trauma?
Fuck yeah, I did, bro. Like that's what makes the best like when I meet comics, like, and I'm like, I don't even care about your act. I'm like, what happened to you when you were a kid? They're like, nothing. I had a great childhood. I'm like, you're not funny. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't get diddled, do drugs, like if your uncle didn't fuck you, like you're usually not funny. Like,
Wow.
like that's just how it is. Like that, like comedy comes from tragedy. Like that's real. Like the whole reason that I even got funny was a defense mechanism to not be stuck in my head thinking about what happened.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people do. Like people that get made fun of. Like I got bullied so much, which is why I can like destroy people on roast now because like it's a wet dream to make fun of people and give it back to them.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people that are funny, like the funnier the people you know are, the more fucked up they usually are. And like they're like most people are like, I don't really believe that. Like his comedy's changed. You know what I mean? But like I feel like the funniest people like have some awful shit in their past.
Yeah.
Whether they talk about it or not. Like I went through some like pretty awful shit as a kid. Like I got molested by my sister. That's
What?
Yeah, it's I don't know. I have a smile on my face. It's a weird thing to talk about.
Yeah.
It always creeps people out because they're like, "You're like-"
How old were you?
dude, the sex abuse was from like 5 to 9, and like she physically abused me from like 5 to like 12. Like it was so bad. Like imagine going to school like covered in bruises, right? And like your teacher's like, "Is your dad doing shit to you?" And you're like, "No." And like you want to tell somebody, but like you're so embarrassed.
You don't want
to
to tell
be
them
like,
it's your sister.
Yo, a chick beats the fuck out of me. Like
Yeah.
it was such a weird thing. So it was even weirder to like. There was like this constant like, oh my god, his dad probably hits him. No, I fell off my bike. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was so bad. Like my sister is bipolar, paranoid, schizophrenic. She tried to smother me with a pillow when I was an infant. I don't remember that. Very jealous person. So she was like in a home and shit. They kind of had it like under control, and like it wasn't like rape. You know what I mean? But like it was like it was wrong. But like when you don't know what's going on, then you know what I mean? It was like it's like Doctor. It's like
For sure.
made to be like a game. But she was also 8 years older than me, so she was like 12ish when
Yeah.
all this started. You know what I mean? So I don't even know what's going on, right? I didn't even know what sex was. Like that was the shittier part. Is like coming to a realization in like your like early like teens of like, oh fuck, what happened was like that was not right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like
Did you ever ask her?
no, dude. I didn't, cause like I didn't like she had left before I'd really realized what was going on. So like started like sexual abuse that like I didn't really know was even abuse at the time. I just
Yeah.
thought this was just a thing.
Right.
And then it turned violent of like don't fucking tell anybody. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, shit.
dude, like my parents would like have her babysit me, dude. Like they would leave, and like the minute the door shut, dude, she would beat the fuck out of me, dude. Like she was a big girl, dude. Like I know, like I'm a fat dude. My sister was a big fat fuck. That's why I hate fat chicks. People are always like, "Oh, you're just a fucking piece of shit," and like you just judge girls. No, I hate fat girls because one beat me as a child, right? Like that's
Damn.
why. But no, dude. Like I used to go to bed at night and like literally like push a Foot Locker in front of my door because like you'd like go say goodnight to your parents. You know what I mean? Like night
Yeah.
mom, night dad, And like I would walk past her room to go to my room, and she'd be like, "I'm gonna slit your fucking throat in your sleep." You know what I mean? I'm like 6.
Damn.
You know what I mean? I was like every night, like I still have night terrors, like to this day. Like and you do what a lot of people do, like you suppress things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the time I was terrified, but I couldn't tell anybody because it was just like any other abuse where like, you know, if you fucking tell anybody, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill them, you know,
For
like
sure.
they're never gonna believe you. Like it's hard. Like, and that was the hardest thing too, to have that like held over your head like that young, and like it fucking ruined every ounce of trust I ever had. Because it was a family member. I couldn't trust her. I couldn't like I felt like my parents like you know the whole like screaming and like no one's listening type feeling. Like I tried to drop so many hints of what was going on, and like it just didn't ever register. And like I didn't tell anybody. Like I held that shit until I was like 21. I didn't talk to anybody about it. Like, and it fucked up a lot of parts of my life. Like,
Who was the first person you told about it?
my cunt of a kid's mom. That backfired.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I actually told her about it, right? Thinking like I'm doing the right thing, and like told her. And then like a year later when we split up, she like tried to use that against me and be like, well, he got molested as a kid, so he probably molests our kid. Like it was fucked up.
That's
Jesus
fucked up.
Yeah, like
Christ.
told her. My mom was the second person I told. That still just like breaks my heart. Like, cause
How
like,
did your mom react?
not well. Like, cause it wasn't just like, hey, I got molested. You know what I mean? Like, it was like,
Especially because you're older now.
yeah, this was like, I'm like gonna be 34, so it's been like, you know, over a decade since like I like started talking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I told her, it wasn't like a, hey, I want to tell you something. We were arguing about something. I don't even remember what the fuck it was. We were arguing about something. She's like, I don't know what you hold against me, or you know what I mean? I don't know what it is. And I'm like, you want to fucking know what's wrong with me? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like this shit happened and you weren't like, and just fucking lost it. You know what I mean? And it was a really shitty thing. It's like you don't take into consideration how she probably felt, because it was, of course, it was like if I would have known, I would have done something. Like, of course you would have, but it wouldn't have changed what already happened.
Right.
It was a really weird thing. Like I have to warn her now, because like I do stand-up jokes about it now. Yeah, I started doing a joke not too long ago about like the worst part about getting molested by your sister is now every time I open YouPorn, it's like brother fuck sister. Like
Oh my God.
I was trying to rub one out in the worst genre of porn ever. You know what I mean?
What a buzzkill.
Yeah, right? I'm just fucking alone trying to rub one out while my wife's taking a nap, and then I got a childhood trauma just to get to the section of shit that I do like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh fuck. Now, so you still have never confronted your sister about it to this day?
Dude, she's in prison, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
How did she end up there?
Selling oxys, bro. We're a very Florida family.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very Florida way to go to prison.
Yeah, dude. She's been like in and out of jail for a while. She would date like old like veteran dudes. You know what I mean? And she's not hot, so you can only imagine like what these dudes look like. You know what I mean?
So she got their VA prescription card?
Yeah, and they would like sell their pills and shit. And like she got busted selling to like an undercover cop. You know what I mean? And it was right when all the pill mill shit, like when they're really coming down on her, like like it's probably like 05, 06. You know what I mean? That's when that shit was like at the top. And
Definitely.
like she got busted with all that shit. They were making examples of anybody. Because Florida's the fucking laughing stock of the fucking oxy epidemic. You know what I mean?
And the whole country in general.
Oh, yeah. Boy, do we show them Massachusetts now, right? Yeah. Doing full heroin. I don't know if you've ever been to Connecticut. That place smells like heroin. It's awful. But yeah, like she got busted with all that shit. But apparently she had like another thing out to where she like exposed herself and did some other shit to some other kids that she was like babysitting that we didn't know or whatever. And it was so weird the way the timing worked out to where like I had just like told my mom and like came out and like finally like got it all, you know what I mean? I had my own fucking I Me Too'd before Me Too was cool. You know what I mean? Like and like it was right around the time that like I had just started talking about it and like got it out, you know what I mean? That she was going through all of her legal shit for that, and I got like a random call like out of nowhere, and like they were like, is this Mr. Ruse? I'm like, I thought, I was like, this is not cool. Like no one ever asks for Mr. Ruse, you know what I mean? And they were like,
It's usually the police.
Yeah, it was an attorney that was trying her case, and they were looking for character witnesses. So I actually did like an anonymous depo, you know what I mean?
Yeah, deposition.
I did an anonymous depo over the phone as a character witness to what a piece of shit she was.
Wow.
So I think like that's the one thing that like helped me a lot was like
to get it off your chest.
and
right?
like even like
and she knows you're putting it out there, right?
no, she has no idea it was me.
Because it's anonymous.
Well, luckily she's in prison. She's not gonna. I don't think she's a fan of your podcast. No offense.
I don't know. We got a lot of people from prison
We got a
that
lot of
are on this
sketchy people that
podcast.
listen.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I did a just basically just like told them like, you know, like what I knew, like how manipulative and fucking gnarly she was and shit, and like straight up was like, no, she deserves like whatever you're gonna give her. She didn't get any charges for any sex crimes, but like it was just she'd been ROR'd like a few times and like went on the lam and like ran and shit, but like that was like the biggest thing that like helped me was like being like, yeah, fucking, you know, like I not only like got it out, but like told somebody that like mattered, you know what I mean? And
right.
And like kind of like did that, and like that's why like I'm a like I know it's really hard, and like I have a lot of friends and like men and females that like have gone through like different like sex abuse things, or like people have been raped or whatever, and like it's always
talking to this.
All right, yeah, it's always the like, you know, I don't want to go to the cops, you know what I mean? Nobody does. Like I've held that shit for like 20 years.
Yeah.
But like the best thing you can do is like the thing that sucks is like the way the fucking system is, like so many women like report things. Dude, imagine like women talk about like how hard it is for like women to report things. Imagine being a fucking dude. Like I literally have told people and they've been like,
yeah, right.
Like, you running a bit on me?
Crazy.
Yeah.
You trying out new material on me?
Yeah, right. And like they don't realize like the fucking toll that takes on you. Like what like childhood sexual abuse does to you. Like it either like shuts people completely off to where like you never want anybody to touch you ever again, or it makes you like really awkward like sexually, or it turns people into fucking deviants. You know what I mean? Like legit addicts. You know what I mean? Luckily for me, it just made me awkward. You know what I mean? Like I've been married 2 years, like, and I'm still like, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool with you. Like, it's definitely ruined that. It's ruined relationships. Like, it was funny, like being in like high school and like all my friends were like losing their virginity, and I was like terrified. I was like, I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? They're like, yo, I'm going to prom with Jessica. You know what I mean? Like, I want to fuck her in the back of my Mustang. And I'm like, have fun, guys. You know, I don't want anything to do with that.
I'll move your mic real quick.
All right.
We just got to adjust the camera a little bit just to make sure the camera can see you a little bit better.
All right, cool. You're good. But yeah, it's a weird thing that not a lot of people go through, and it's a even weirder thing that not a lot of people talk about it, especially dudes. Like, I feel like men are way more like apt to hold that shit in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, because you don't want to admit.
Yeah,
that
it's
shit,
harder
like
to talk
some
about.
Girl took advantage of you, or did something fucked up to you. You know,
dude, just say tomorrow night. All right, say they lift the bar band, right? And you go out tomorrow night, and some chick just whips your ass at a bar.
Right?
Are you gonna tell anybody?
Hell
Fuck no, you're not gonna tell
no.
anybody. You know, and like that's the weirdest part. Like about all this is like that. Like I think the part that like fucked me up the most with all of it was that like just admitting it and being like, yeah, this happened, because like you don't see it as abuse when you're that little.
Right.
Because
you don't understand it at that point.
Like, I literally didn't know what sex or anything like that was. And, like, having that as, like, the first-hand experience of something, and then, like, having the, like, realization later of, like, oh, shit, this was wrong.
Damn, yeah, some fucked up shit happened.
Yeah, and then that happens, and then just the suppression starts.
Yeah.
And you just put it back and put it back. And, like, I went for, like, a good, like, all through high school, like, I pretty much, like, didn't think about it. It was, like, in the back of my head. And then, like, it would start coming up, and, like, as weed got better, like, you know what I mean? Like, the back, in shrooms, I had a fucking really bad trip, like, junior year of high school. And that was when it was like, yep, this happened, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
it just came back.
Dude, yeah. Literally, like a mile from here. Walsingham Park, dude.
No. Oh, yeah. It's right in the street from here.
Yeah, we hopped the fence, we were walking around Walsingham Park, dude, and I was, like, by the lake, just, like, tripping balls, dude, and, like literally, like, came back in, like, flashbacks, almost like freeze frames, you know what I mean? And it's like, you started thinking about, like, oh, yeah, that was weird, you know what I mean? Why did I hang out in that closet so much? And then you're like, why are my sister's titties in this memory? You know what I mean? And then you're like, fuck. Like, I forgot that happened. I've been burying it for, like, fucking 10 years, you know? Like, it was so weird because, like, I definitely went through, like, a period in, like, my late teens, early 20s where, like, I was totally drinking and doing drugs to suppress things. And, like, I think that's a big accomplishment, to go from doing drugs to suppress things to just doing drugs because you want to. Like, that's a big thing. You know what I mean? Yeah,
for sure.
Like,
it's definitely better to do drugs when you feel good versus when you feel bad.
Yeah, like, self-medicating is not cool at all, and it sucks, man. Like, I still drink and party and stuff, but, like, it's when I want to. You know what I mean? Like, I have my kid half the time, and, like, I don't drink or do anything, like, the days that she's with me, and then, like, she goes home and then, like, go out and stuff, and then but that's just, it's control. Like, some people, I watch people, like, throw their fucking lives away on Natty Light, and I don't know how they do it. Like, I have
you gotta drink a lot of Natty Light to throw your life away,
dude. 18 a day this dude does, bro. I have a buddy that literally, like, crushes.
Sounds like my uncle.
Yeah, this might be your uncle, I don't know.
Yeah, the armadillo killer.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds rad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my Uncle Dan. I don't want to ruin the
How do
story.
you kill an armadillo? Like,
He
pitchforks
he has
them
he has a driveway
with his hands.
First of all, he lives in Sebastian, Florida. So it's
where the fuck is
that
that?
already gives him
East
one-
Oh, that's
that-
the dude we stayed with.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
his
yeah.
first hall pass. But so he has a driveway with the like the gutter that goes underneath the driveway, so you can
Yeah.
go in one end and go out the other end. And he basically chases the armadillos into one end. Then he goes and waits for them for when they come out, and he's there with a pitchfork and he stabs them. But he doesn't even eat them or anything. He just fucking flicks them into the. He's
just a psychopath.
He flings them into the fucking woods just off the pitchfork.
He doesn't make boots or anything with them. He just
No,
kills
he
them.
doesn't do anything with
Man,
them.
what a piece of
But
shit.
you can't eat armadillo. They have like what do
Dude,
they have?
you
They have
can eat
so
'em.
many diseases. No, they have a lot of
can eat
really
'em.
bad diseases.
You can
That's
eat
how-
anything.
Yeah, you can eat anything, but you'll definitely die quick.
The next COVID's gonna come from
Yeah.
your uncle fucking
Yeah.
grilling an armadillo.
Yeah, definitely. Oh god.
Yeah, man, Florida's a fucking great place.
Yeah, I love Florida.
I do too, man. Like, I love it and I hate it. Like, I have a very, like, it's so weird for me, like, being on the road for so long. People are like, oh, you're from Florida? I'm like, yeah, this is what we look like. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, but this is the only place that you can live and, like, be in your hometown. And people are like, where are you from? And you're like, here. And they're like, no way. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't happen in Boston when you meet some
No.
dude. They're like, where are you from? They're like, oh, from here. And you're like, get the fuck out. You're not from here.
Yeah.
Like, this is the only place that you ever feel weird, like, in your own town. Be like,
Yeah.
are you really from here?
Yep.
Like, how did that happen, you know?
Why do you think that is?
Because no one's from here, man. We're all transplants, dude. Like, I mean, it's
Everybody.
different with us, but like, how many people do you know that aren't in our generation that are from here? Are your parents from here? Or
No.
from somewhere else?
From upstate New York.
Yeah, they're. My dad's from Indiana. My mom's from Jersey.
Her dad's from Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Stink lines behind this.
What part of
mixer board.
Indiana?
Frankfurt, some weird fucking town. I don't know.
You know where that's at?
No.
Oh, it's from like Gary and Duggar.
You know where Duggar is?
No.
Man, you're missing
The
out.
only Duggar, the only Duggar thing I know is that weird Christian family with all the fucking kids.
If they were a city, that's what it would be.
Yeah, dude, Indiana like scares the shit. Just small towns in general scare the shit out of me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's I definitely like to be around like a population. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
I get terrified, man. Like, I was driving to Georgia to tattoo the last 2 weekends, and like, just Georgia cops scare the shit out of me, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I got stopped by a Georgia cop coming back from visiting my dad was on hospice for like 2 years, a year and a half in like South Georgia, and like we weren't cool at all. That's a whole nother.
You and your dad were never cool?
Fuck no, man. That dude
Where was he?
sucked.
Where was your dad during the whole abuse thing?
Oh, he was home. You know what I mean? My dad was one of those dudes that like his marriage was so shitty that he worked 2 jobs to not be home, and then he could tell everybody that he just worked really hard for his family.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
He's a fucking asshole, man. He was such a shitbag. But like, so like you don't realize shit till later too, when you like, you know, when you grow up and like you're like, oh fuck, that dude only had like a 6th grade education. You know what I mean? Like that dude didn't have it either. Like he was the best he could be. But at
Yeah,
the time, you're like,
yeah.
fuck this guy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I want a real dad. You know, like, he was a shitbag, man. Like, he was a fucker too, man. Like, he wasn't. My dad wasn't physically abusive, which was cool because I didn't have to go through that again.
Yeah.
But my dad was like severely like emotionally abusive, and like that dude could cut you down like harder than anybody. Like, it was so shitty. He would like do. My dad was a diabetic. And he would like sneak candy and shit, right? And my mom would like find candy wrappers, and like you'd be like, "Those aren't mine. Those are probably fat fucking Kyle's." You know what I mean? I'm like, "I didn't fucking eat those." Like, don't fucking lie to your mom. You know what I mean? And you're like, "I didn't eat them. Like, they're not. Like, I don't even like Snickers or what the fuck he was eating." You'd be like, "They're yours. Just admit it, you lying piece of shit." And it was like fucking psychological warfare, bro. Like, he would like pull shit like that because like you would literally like he would do something, blame it on you, and then like fucking ground you for lying to him about it. Like, it was so fucked, dude. Like, he would pull shit like I remember like the one time he asked me to like clean my room. He's like, "Yeah, you'd fucking clean your room before you get back." I'm like, my room wasn't even that bad. Like, I'm pretty OCD about my house. Like, people come over to my place and like they just see like a dude with like face tats and a beard and shit, and like they get to my house like, "Wow, like you've
You got a
knickknacks.
nice
This place
place."
is put together." Like, yeah, like but like my dad was like he told me to clean my room the one day, and like I was like 16. I used to work at the fucking Subway on Oakhurst behind
Oh,
the
hell
McDonald's.
yeah.
Yeah, I worked there, and I was like, I gotta go to work. It was like I came home from school, and like I was like, I had to be to work at 3. You know what I mean? And I was like, I'll do it later. I leave, go to work, and do like my fucking closing shift at Subway. I come home, I open my bedroom door, dude, and he like trashed, like Motley Crue trashed my fucking room. You know what I mean? He was like, have fun cleaning that up. You know what I mean? It was always like, you're too fucking fat, you're too fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like,
Never good enough.
Dude, never good enough. And the fucked up part was like, I would never bring like girls over. You know what I mean? Because my dad would be like, yeah, you want to take pictures by my car? You know what I mean? Like, how old are you, 16? Was it a D cup? Like, total piece of shit. So like,
Damn.
that also fed into like the fucking crazy confusion I had about like sex and fucking like, you know, just physical relationships in my head. Not to mention you're like coming to terms with the fact that like, yo, my dad might fuck one of these girls in their sleep. You know what I mean? Like, he was a piece of shit. My dad coached a softball team at Cross Bayou.
Damn.
And they won a championship, and everybody was like, oh man, Rick Ruse is the shit. You know what I mean? Like, this guy took these girls to the fucking, and then like that summer, like after that, some of them were like, yeah, that dude like was real creepy and like touched my butt and like tried to grab me by the tits.
Oh man.
Yeah. Dude, it's, you know how fucked up it is to like my dad died, like it'll be 5-6 years like next week. And like my dad died, and like people would be like, oh man, I'm really sorry about your dad. You know, he grabbed my tits in like 99. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
yeah.
It was so
Sorry
shitty,
about that.
dude.
Sorry
So,
about
like,
that.
it's so fucked up, like dealing with that. But like, I hated the dude. He was just he was everything I fucking hate. Like, he was just a fucking good old boy, fucking redneck, like ignorant motherfucker. And I hated that so much. But like, looking back now, I'm like, well, at least I got like some of the dude's good qualities. Like, I can swing a hammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, my brother couldn't build his way out of a fucking kiddie pool. You know what I mean? Nothing against him. God bless him. But like,
God bless him.
but like, it took like him fucking dying to like realize like, it was so like, my uncle was like, you need to go spend time with him. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking see him. He can die alone. Like, fuck him. You know what I mean? And my uncle's like, my uncle was literally like, you're gonna go up there, you're gonna see him, and you're gonna patch this shit up, or you're gonna end up just fucking like him. And I was like, good point. I'll go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was a shitty thing because like, I don't think we had talked for like 3 or 4 years before that. You know what I mean? And it's like a 6-hour drive up to where he was at. He lived in Plains, Georgia. I don't know if you know about Plains. Little Snapple fact for you. Plains is where Jimmy Carter's from.
Wow.
Jimmy Carter.
That's where Jimmy Carter.
Is that where the peanut farm is?
Fuck yeah, it is, bro. My dad used
Hell
to work
yeah.
for the peanut store for Bobby
Damn.
Salter. Yeah. I've met Jimmy and Rosalind Carter, dude. Like, Rosalind's head just doesn't stop shaking, bro. Like, I don't even know how that old cunt's alive, bro. Like, she is just a fucking, like, I don't know who runs that puppet, but like, she's still alive. But it's a town with one blinking light that turns red twice on Saturday, once on Sunday for a train. They've completely preserved it to where it exactly was the way that Jimmy Carter like was when he ran for president and shit. They let a Dollar General in there. That was like the only. They don't let anything come in. Like, I don't know why the fuck he wanted to move there, but he moved up there and like would go up. I think he loved it because he could lie to all those people and they believed all of his bullshit. My dad was like tall tale, like, you know what I mean? Like, my dad caught a fish that was 8 inches long. Over the years, it was like, you know, no, it was like a 9-inch, you know what I mean? Like 2 years later, it was like this 12-inch, like one of those fucking people.
Right, yeah.
But I was going up there to visit him and shit, dude. It was a really fucking super emotional. I'm gonna say something really racist, but it wasn't me that said it, just to really set the tone of who my dad was. This is awful, but I'll tell you. So I'm like fucking ate up, like driving up there, like holding back tears the whole time, like chain smoking cigarettes in my uncle's truck. Like, fuck, I gotta see this dude. He's dying. You know what I mean? My dad never wore clothes at our house. My dad would literally come home and like drop his clothes and walk around our house in his underwear, like straight whitey tighties.
Yeah.
And you'd
Like
be
Al
Dad,
Bundy style.
yeah, dude, yeah, you'd be like, put
Hell
on some,
yeah.
you'd be like, put on some pants. You'd be like, pay part of my bills and I'll put on some fucking pants, faggot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was, yeah, what a great dad. And I'm like emotionally torn up. Like, what am I gonna say to him? Like, when he first called me to tell me that he was dying, I was like, yeah, bullshit, Rick, and hung up on him because I was so used to him lying all the time. You know what I mean? That I literally hung up on him. I was like, nah, you're full of shit. Fuck you. And my uncle called me back like a day later and was like, yeah, don't feel bad. I hung up on him too. And like, but I actually called the hospital he was at, and he's like, no, that's for real. Like, he's done. And
What kind of cancer did he have?
he didn't have cancer,
Oh.
man. He had a bad heart.
Okay.
And he got a pacemaker put in like a year before that.
Ooh.
And total irony of what a piece of shit he was. He got a pacemaker, and they're like, everything's gonna be all right. He got a defective one,
Oh man.
but they couldn't do the surgery to replace it You know what I mean? Because his heart was too weak for the surgery. They wouldn't do it. So they're just like, sorry, buddy, you're going on hospice. You know what I mean?
And it's their fault.
Yeah, and he was a fucking...
Damn.
My dad was a con man, too, so it was almost like...
A con man?
Fuck yeah, dude. My mom's wedding ring was stolen, bro. My dad worked on RVs, dude. Like, literally, like, mobile homes around here. Like,
Yeah.
we're in Florida. He would work on RVs, dude, and just, like, heist fucking old ladies' jewelry while he was in there working and
Wow.
shit. And then they'd be like, you stole my shit. He'd be like, you got Alzheimer's, you old bitch. You're accusing me. Like, exactly like you would do to me and flip it on everybody else.
Wow.
It's fucking crazy, like, how he was. So all this shit happens. I'm driving over there with my uncle, right? Like, just emotional wreck of, like, what am I going to say to this dude? I haven't seen him in 3 years. We pull up. My dad's sitting on the porch of his fucking house in Georgia wearing his underwear, sitting next to an oxygen tank, chain smoking cigarettes. And there was like a tornado that went through there like a few days before that and like fucked some shit up. And he's got these couple of white kids, like high school kids that are like out like cutting the trees and shit, like that it fell. And I walk up like holding back tears, like papa, you know what I mean? Like, and he's laughing, like literally like belly laughing. My dad had a very distinct like redneck, high pitch, like like real like fucking super hickey laugh. And he's dying laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is so funny? He's like, I got these 3 white boys working out here for $100. I'm like, what's so funny about that? He's like, I had 3 black dudes out here that did it for 25 last week. He's like, who said the South died? I'm like, you piece of shit. Like, I fucking hate
Damn.
you. Like, you are the worst
Getting
person.
back in the car and going
When that
back to Florida.
happened, like, I was just like, you mother. Like, I wanted to punch him. But like 12 years later, like that was pretty funny. That was a good joke. You know what I mean? Like that's like
Hit
it's
a
such an
zinger.
awful thing to say, but like he was just an old ignorant piece of shit. And I'm like, literally, like he says that, and I literally look at my uncle. I'm like, you drove me 6 hours for this? We're gonna make a change. We're gonna get closure. And like,
You're gonna change somebody who's
Yeah.
hooked up to an oxygen
You're
tank,
gonna-
smoking
you're-
a cigarette.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna. Oh my
Nothing
god,
is changing.
2 other funny, awesome dad stories. The fucking the person that handles the oxygen tank that would like switch them out came and they're like, sir, you can't smoke by this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna blow it up and fucking
Blow
die?
up.
He's like, I'm on hospice, you dumb bitch. And he's like yelling at this lady. And he's like, there's other people around. He's like, yeah, fuck him. Tell him to get away from me. Like, he's like, I'm smoking, get back 12 feet. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
So my dad was on hospice and he had the hottest hospice nurse. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh my god, dude.
Was she
Like,
Jamaican?
nah, bro. Georgia peach, redhead, green eyes, like out of a fucking rom-com. You know what I mean? She was, I don't even know her name. My dad used to call her Peach because that's how he was. She was fucking hot, dude. Like one of the most naturally beautiful women I've ever seen in my entire life. She was
Wow.
a really fucking pretty chick. She was awesome. She would come over. My dad would be a creep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she came on Tuesdays and Fridays to like do his meds and shit, and Friday was bath day. That like, you know what I mean? Dude loved bath day. He was a piece of
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, he would like brag about it like an hour before she got there. You know what I mean? Like he would be like, man, if I could still get it up, man. You know? Like, thank God you can't.
Somebody just dropped $5 for you to. Can you rate your dad on a scale of 1 to 10?
Rate him how? Like, I mean, there's
Yeah. How would you rate him? I mean, he obviously
What kind of
pretty much
scale
already
is it?
on what
laid
a
it
piece
out.
of shit he was, an 11.
You-
How racist he was, like 29.
How good of a father
we got
was
all
he?
kinds of
1 to
scales.
10?
What kind of scales do you want?
I mean, we're just throwing out scales here.
Yeah, I mean, just like what kind of scales come to mind, and then
Oh,
just
like
like
how
do a
good-
rapid fire.
how good of a
rating
dad he was?
system.
Yeah, how good of a father was he? 1 to 10, 1
I'll
being the
give him a
lowest,
4.
10 being
I'll
the
give him a
highest.
4.
four?
I'll give him a
4?
4. Like, I mean, like looking back, yeah. If you would have asked me this like senior year of high school, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want to fucking put rat poison in his fucking food. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but like looking back, like dude taught me some valuable shit. Like, dude taught me like, as much as he was like an awful person, like dude hardened me up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he was definitely like the like pull you in a corner, like don't fucking cry, you piece of shit.
Yeah,
Don't
he didn't
ever
make
let
you a soft
don't
kid,
ever
right?
let anyone see any emotion. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Suppress. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you think you got the effect of that kid whose mom you tattooed, where you kind of wanted to be the opposite of him?
fuck yeah, dude. Like,
So that helps.
100%. Yeah, but like, my mom is a saint, dude. My mom is a goddamn angel, dude. She is the greatest. My mom's worked with like autistic special needs kids for 20 years. Like, my mom is a goddamn angel.
Yeah, that
Like,
takes a special person. to do
She
that
and yeah,
for
if
sure.
it wasn't for my mom, like I probably would have ended up like just like a jaded piece of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would be like every dude in P Park with a lifted truck, like fucking Applebee's waitresses right now. You know what I mean? I'd be at the watering trough every Friday with a Blue Lives Matter sticker.
Oh,
you know what I
man.
mean?
What's the
Voting for
place you go to?
Trump.
Who, the whiskey?
The whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy, I love the whiskey.
Me too.
I
Yeah,
love it.
baby.
Oh, my God.
Hey, the whiskey is the
those
shit.
those are real
I can't
women.
wait for that to open back
Dude,
up.
the whiskey's the first strip club my wife's ever been to, dude. My wife's from a town of like 5,000. She's not conservative in a political sense. She's just like, you know, she's kind of small town. She's never been to a strip club. I was doing stand up there, and I was like,
At the whiskey?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, how did I fucking miss that?
It was mean. But like, yeah, we're there, and she's like, I don't want to go. This is gonna be fun. You know
I
what mean?
love that fucking place.
We go in, and she's like, I thought they'd be hotter. I'm like, yeah, that's
hell no.
Yeah, like I was like, strippers aren't hot ever. They're just good enough.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there hanging out. She has like 2 drinks. I go into the office to like talk to my buddy about like the money for the show, and I come out, and she's literally just making it rain. She's like, this is so much fun. She's like,
Your wife?
yeah, she's like, her government name is Angela. She just goes by Stardust. Dude, she's like talking to him. She's like, she has a little pit bull. Like talking to him all like.
Best friends.
She does hair, dude. She's like, we should do something about your roots. Like handing out cards and shit.
Oh my god.
So funny, dude.
I love that place, man.
She's like, they're like real people. I was like,
They are real people.
If I said that, like, people would be like, you fucking sexist
You
piece of
scumbag.
shit.
That's
yeah.
a good fucking bar.
Dude, it's fun. Dude, it still
Is
smells.
that off of 66th or 49th?
No, that's
Park?
that's Park Boulevard.
Park
Okay.
Boulevard.
And
Remember,
what? Oh, the one by the Dunkin' Donuts.
Right
used-
next door to
Yeah, I
the
know
Dunkin'
what you're talking
Donuts.
it used to be Treasure Chest,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the pirate bar.
It's changed names a lot.
Then
Yeah, a lot.
before that, it was a curry restaurant.
Ooh.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it still smells like curry in
It's
there.
still,
You
yeah,
cannot,
it's still fucking in
dude,
there,
you
man.
eat curry and shit in somewhere once, bro, like it's there forever.
Do they
right?
still have the
Forever.
buffet?
Oh, God, I wish.
Oh, man. Actually, we went there one night. This porn star was there. They had an all-you-can-eat pizza there one night from like Domino's and shit.
Oh my God.
We got really hammered. We ate the pizza regardless.
Atlantis on 66th. I used to work at that Subway right there in front of Rudy's, and we used to cater.
Oh,
their,
yeah,
like, we used to
Rudy's.
cater their lunch buffet over there.
Yeah.
It was so funny, like going over there, like you know what I mean, with a bunch of like fucking half sandwich, like all the like the sandwich platters and shit, and like it was like Day Squad, you know what I mean? So it was people that look like the lady that got the monster truck tattoo working in there.
Yeah.
Oh my
Going,
god.
hey, sweetie, thank you.
Yeah.
Walking in there, and you're like, man, their pussies look exactly like these ham sandwiches.
Oh,
Guaranteed.
no.
Like,
just like an Italian.
oh my God, yeah. It was I was always the I'll make the delivery. I'll go over there.
Hell yeah, you go over there, chill for a little bit.
Place just smells like Victoria love spell, like Victoria's Secret love spell in like 1998 mids as soon as you walk in there. I was in the parking lot of Atlantis one night, and some dude just walks out and he goes, hell yeah, and just bah, 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 and like fires a gun. I'm like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
that's
just happened?
Pinellas Park, baby.
Yeah, you're in fucking Pinellas Park now.
And the dude tried to justify. He's like, I shot it at an angle so it won't come down on us. Thanks, genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
There's
so
There's
fucking
an apartment
smart.
complex right behind us. you
Let a
piece of
couple
shit.
more off,
Oh
bud.
my god.
Like, dude, I tell people stories like that, like, and they're like, damn, that's crazy. I'm like, and like, it doesn't even faze me because, like, I don't think people joke about like what Florida's like, but they don't really know.
No,
Like,
man.
dude, I've
it
been
really is as crazy as all the memes that say
Oh
they
yeah,
are.
I've been to a lot of cities and a lot of places on the road, dude, and like, all the craziest shit I've ever seen happens all been here.
Really?
Like, and I've seen some pretty
Really?
gnarly shit. Yeah, dude, all the fucking.
What's the
There's
craziest?
there's no clan meetings in Pinellas, are there?
Yeah, but I mean, you
I'm
could
sure
drive
they're
an
here
hour
somewhere, man.
You know what I mean?
St. Cloud.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun fact. Dude, I don't know. Like, I've seen a lot of like gnarly shit happen, but it's not like it's different crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like the blatant crazy because I think a lot of people just move here. Like, you guys like remember growing up in school, man, and like you'd be sitting in class and like twice a year, just like some pale, like white skin, you can see their fucking veins, Midwestern kid. They would just be like, oh, this is Trent, the new kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you knew damn well that that kid's dad probably took a job at Raytheon. They just moved here from Wisconsin or whatever fucking cold, fat cheese curd state they fucking came from. You know what I mean? Like,
cheesehead.
this kid comes in wearing the clothes we wore 4 years ago. Well, you were in Volcom, you piece of shit. Get DC, grow up, asshole. And like these kids would just fucking come in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it was. I remember like
Yeah.
6th grade, dude. Like, this kid just came in, dude. He had a fucking bowl cut. You know what I mean? And like,
That's just like him. That's how he came. That's how
yeah,
that
that was me.
yeah, they're like, this is the new kid who just came from Pennsylvania.
That's where I came from.
And we're like, yo, put on some sunscreen. That kid's gonna burn
that was
so
me.
fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Where's his mom's Steelers tattoo?
That was me, bro.
I love my favorite is like early mid-20s, even now, like every once in a while, like you'll be out like downtown hanging out, you know what I mean? Like somebody will come into the bar and like you'll like, I just moved here, you know what I mean? I just took a job, you know what I mean? I figured to come to Florida. Like 3 months
nice down here.
3 months later, their parents are picking them up in a U-Haul because they have a fucking oxy habit.
Yeah, they're working at the strip club and it's storing oxys and shit.
I've literally seen that happen.
Yeah.
Like I tattooed a girl when I worked in P Park. This girl came in like well put together, just like
nice girl,
like just a normal looking like
just regular
Midwestern chick, dude. Like that chick now has a blacked out arm, a face tat, and like a scar on her face, dude.
And she works at the strip club.
Shaved her head, dude. That chick lost 100 pounds and does more cocaine than anybody you've
Hell
ever met,
yeah.
dude. And like it's like that girl's parents have literally had to drive down here from whatever fucking state she came from to like bail her out of rehab like twice, dude. This chick, like, you can always tell, like, they come down here and they're like, they have like a decent car, like, you know, they have like the Civic their parents got them for like their graduation present.
Yeah.
And then like the dents just start happening from like fucking banging into shit on Bomb Ave. Like people like Florida's got to be great. Like you got to have like a certain grit to be a Floridian because you'll just get like, it's a fucking tourist state. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you've noticed this. If you go to like Connecticut, they don't pour drinks like they pour them here.
Nah,
like
no.
they're shitty. I went to England, dude, and they jiggered out my fucking drink, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" They're like, "We only do 1 ounce." I'm like,
Oh, fuck that.
this whole country in the ass."
I lived in
You know what I
Connecticut,
mean?
in Connecticut for a couple years. We went and I first living there. I went to the liquor store on Sunday, and they're fucking closed. They don't even sell beer, liquor, nothing on
that's
Sundays
yeah,
up there.
that sucks.
It's like New Hampshire, dude. It's government liquor stores.
Yeah, it's
You gotta
crazy.
go to the government liquor store. Oh, dude, yeah, the government.
You got to go to like it's like a beer store. You don't.
Dude,
I don't even know what that is.
You can't buy it at the
it's like a
gas
whole,
station.
yeah,
nothing.
you can only
it's a
get
beer store.
Beer,
that only
liquor,
sells
lotto.
beer.
You can get cigarettes at gas stations, but
Yeah,
beer, liquor, lotto, the state controls it all. They're literally like state-run liquor stores.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like state of New Hampshire.
So you can't buy gas for your car and beer at the same place?
No.
No, you cannot.
I don't want to live there.
no, hell no.
But
it's like you go to the cage.
Oh,
And they got all the beer.
like how much do you pay for this? Probably like 17, 18 bucks.
I think
Maybe
so.
20.
Yeah.
In New Hampshire, that's like 13, 14 bucks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because there's no tax on any of that shit. They cut all the duty off of it. They take the sales from it from these liquor
Yeah.
stores. And
They just call them beer distributors.
Oh, I gotcha.
it's
They're
cheap
just
as fuck too.
distributors.
Like every time I drive up to Maine, we always stop in New Hampshire and like stock up on booze and shit.
Yeah.
Like leaving out, like I'll spend like $100 and I have like a crate of booze. Like, what are you doing? Like, just going to Maine for the week, guys. You know what I mean?
Hell
It's a
yeah.
casual weekend.
So, how many buttholes have you tattooed?
Ooh, that's a
Two,
good question.
actually. Same day.
Same day.
Same day.
How did that end up happening?
2 random people the same day?
Oh god, this
Or
gets
they know each
great.
other.
Started out as random people.
Okay.
This is a fucking favorite one.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did a bunch of shit and like I'm on the Johnny B show a lot on 102.5.
Oh,
Like Johnny's
yeah.
a comic.
Hell
like, we're
yeah.
like really good friends
At
and
night
shit.
on 102.5.
Yeah, Johnny's my dude. Spanish from Couts is a homie of mine.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Shit, the chick on Calta. Carmen.
Carmen.
Carmen has a butthole tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
Something happened where some like bet bullshit happened and like some dude that's like a fan of the show, like they were like, if you can get somebody to get their butthole tattooed on air, like we'll forgive you for whatever bullshit they did. So Spanish hit me up and was like, yo, do you want these butthole tats? I was like, hell yeah.
Obviously.
I mean, clearly.
It was literally the morning before I evacuated for Irma when this happened, right? So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So like, they're like, you got to be here by like 8 and set up and shit. So I get there like 7:30 and like set all my stuff up. These girls are late because they're waiting at 7-Eleven around the corner for 8 o'clock to where you can start buying booze.
Yeah.
These girls literally buy like canned like shitty box wine at 8 o'clock and like just hammer them down. So it was
You
just
have to if you're getting a butthole tattoo. Right?
yeah.
You got to loosen up a little
Yeah,
bit.
you got to loosen the
Dude,
hole.
if I didn't bring razors, these wouldn't have went down that day.
You had
Like,
to shave the ass before.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Hairy
Dude, yeah.
holes?
Dude, like a little sea urchin, dude. It was so bad.
Did they shower before they showed up? Or was there like some dingleberries you had to navigate through?
There's an old tattooer trick, dude. When you think people are gonna smell, dude, like if you go in my station right now, there's some Vicks Vapor Rub in my station. If you think people are
rub
gonna
the
smell,
Vicks
just
on
like
it?
Under the nose?
just a little dot, dude.
Isn't
You
that
know
what they do when they encounter dead bodies?
Yes.
So it's like the same
yeah.
thing. So
yeah, I
Do
use
they really do that when they encounter dead? Like,
Yeah. That's like an actual like
morticians
That's
do
like
that?
a CSI thing. Yeah,
Really?
I just do it because people in fucking Pinellas Park smell. And I'm like, yo, I gotta tattoo this girl's fucking
This says a
asshole.
lot for Pinellas Park.
Yeah, so it's like whether you're tattooing a butthole, encountering dead bodies, or just taking a casual drive through
Vicks
Pinellas
makes it all.
Park. A little Vicks Vapo underneath under the nose.
Yo, Kyle, do me a favor real quick. I know I'm being super annoying, but scoot to your right just a little bit.
Oh wait, this right.
Yeah, because this is the camera filming you.
All right, hi camera.
Just make love. To
Hi.
Make love. To the camera.
Hey guys.
Hey.
So yeah, like I'm at the radio station. I set up and wait for these drunk girls to get there. They get there and they're hammered and they're wearing like masks and shit to like, hide who they are.
Yeah.
Because
What kind of mask?
I think the one girl was wearing like an Iron Man mask.
Hell yeah.
The one girl was wearing like an Iron Man mask, and I don't remember what the other one was wearing, right? And they weren't like ugly, you know what I mean? Like they weren't like gross or anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Just want some butthole tattoos.
Yeah.
No big deal.
and they're all like,
Just a regular
so
day.
I haven't seen these girls' faces yet, right? And they literally just come in, like, hey, like,
Yeah.
just smelling like my aunt on fucking New Year's with fucking wine. And literally just like hop up, like face down, ass up, you know what I mean? Like just arch back, put it up.
Damn.
It's a little heart right next to their asshole. I like do the tattoos, whatever. And then after everything's done, like I'm in the hallway explaining to them like how to take care of it. It's like very
How old were these chicks? If you were to estimate,
20s, 30s.
mid-20s.
mid-20s.
Mid-20s,
So
you
they
know what I
had
mean?
Healthy buttholes.
One, like, all right, in used car terms,
How do you rate these buttholes on a
One-
scale of 1 to 10? Yeah.
one was
Low
like,
mileage.
no,
1
like,
being the lowest, 10 being the highest.
no, you can't do it 1 to 10. The car analogy is better. Like in used car terms,
Okay.
one of them was like a certified used. You know what I mean?
Did
Okay.
you ask? Did you ask?
Decent.
Like, show me the Carfax.
No,
Oh,
vein,
like,
no veins.
You can't even like just look at it. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Right.
buttholes are like when you cut a tree trunk open. You know what I mean? There's literally a ring for every time that like you know what I mean.
Something's been in there.
You fucking
hemorrhoid.
wedged it out on a Friday, right? One of them was like certified
great
used, you know what I
analogy.
mean? Probably like 20, 30,000 miles, clean interior, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The other one had like this was like a buy here, pay here off $19.60 a week.
Hey, bad credit, good credit,
Yeah,
no
this thing had
credit,
been
all
smoked in.
accepted.
The
If you got a
chassis was
pulse, you
bent.
got a car.
Put it this way: one of them, Uber would accept as a vehicle. The other one, they'd be like, "You need a newer fucking car."
Yeah,
Like,
but we're gonna finance you your own car.
yeah, one of them could be Uber. The other one was like cash Ubering on like fucking Facebook. But yeah, I do these tattoos. I'm in the hallway, like talking to them. Like they have their masks off now, and I was giving them like I'm still being super professional. Like
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
being very like. I was like, yo, you need to like keep it super clean. Like every time you go to the bathroom, if you number 2 it, you know what I mean? Like preferably like shower right afterwards. And then I was like, I want you to make sure that you're keeping like a thin layer of ointment over it just to keep any bacteria from settling into that, yada, yada, yada. While this is going on, my now wife, his girlfriend at the time, who was there, comes walking up, and one of the 2 girls just shoots her just this look. You know what I mean? Like,
Shoot your girl that look.
yeah, like I'm a pretty keen dude. Like I pick up on shit like that, and I was
Yeah.
like, that wasn't like
That was
a look
not
that you
good.
give somebody you don't know. I'm like, they fucking know each other somehow.
Oh no.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, maybe they, because that chick was from Bradenton, and like my wife now used to live down that way.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wonder if like they maybe like dated the same dude, or like what's
Right,
going
right.
on? You know what I mean? What the fuck was that about? So the 2 girls leave. My wife just starts dying laughing. I'm like, what's so fucking funny? She's like, I taught that bitch in hair school. She's like, I haven't
Oh,
seen her in 2 years. She
no.
goes, the last time I saw her, she quit, was crying because she was like, I had the job out of school because I just need to get my life together. And she's like, the next time I see her, you're tattooing her asshole
She
on
got
the
her
radio.
life together.
She's like, what a dumb bitch. Like, oh, it's so great.
Oh,
And,
Yeah, she really got it together.
yo, and then the weirdest thing, we just went to Tripp's Diner and just had breakfast like nothing
Oh
happened.
yeah, Trips is
Oh, that
good.
place
Yeah,
is fire.
we're just sitting in Trips. I'm like, can I get the breakfast Cuban? you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, not even
so
thinking
how are
about
things?
No big
Yeah.
deal. Just tattooed
Not
2
even thinking about the
buttholes.
fact that I just tattooed the most ham sandwich looking pussy like ever, dude.
Oh
Like,
God.
dude, like if Guy Fieri had a vagina, that's what this chick's vagina. It was.
So what did you tattoo? You tattooed a heart and what?
Dude, it's just a heart next to her butthole. Here,
Both of them?
Here, let's pass it around.
Oh,
Oh, you still
my
got it?
Yeah, dude. I
Damn,
Yeah,
look at
that's
that phone. That thing is tiny.
Was that the iPhone 1?
It's a 5,
Five?
bro. Don't be a dick.
Oh my god.
Dude, all right.
That's the pinnacle of iPhone design right there.
I
It
don't
really is.
like- I
I
don't
wish they
like
were
new
so
things.
small like that, honestly.
That's like Luke's old iPod.
Dude, I would still have a brick Nokia with Snake
Yeah.
if I could have it, dude. Like, I fucking hate phones. I hate
he
all
just
that
bought
shit.
one of those, didn't you?
Yeah, you can still get them.
Bam, pass it around for the class.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
god.
Yeah, that's a.
Okay.
I took a picture of the better of the two.
But it's not like on the balloon knot. It's right outside the balloon
Yeah, it's
knot.
right there.
Yeah,
though.
it's right
I mean-
outside the chili
Woo,
ring.
that
It's
is
right
the
there.
closest you can possibly get.
Oh yeah, that's right on the tail end right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
How much does that gotta hurt?
I
Jimmy
couldn't
Hart
tell
has
you.
that tattoo.
He does.
I don't even know. I had a hemorrhoid
seen
once,
it?
bro, and that was awful. Like, I can't even imagine.
Like, how did they sit through it? They did it all right, or
One of them took it like a champ and didn't even move. The other one was like, "Fuck you!" Like,
Somebody just asked how much they have to donate for
fucking
Danny to
nut.
get a butthole tattoo.
Oh fuck!
that's not really up
They
to
love
me.
fucking up with Danny, bro.
That's
Yeah.
up to
Hey,
Dan.
Somebody said
do you want to see the
$5.
butthole tattoo?
Very nice.
Pass it over.
Oh, someone's calling you.
Oh, who's that?
We can take it live.
Josh Ackerman.
Oh, I can't answer this one right now.
We could take it
I
live.
don't want to talk to Josh. Right now. I'll call him later.
He can get in the live chat if he wants to talk
What's
to
the
you.
what's the most fucked up thing anyone's ever asked you to tattoo on them?
Oh God.
Was it the butthole?
No, that was not as weird as
That was
I thought
just
it would've been.
that was just location.
That was just location. That was just a heart. You know what I mean?
right.
Did
right.
Carmen get one?
Yeah, I'm not the one who did it though.
You didn't do it?
No, I didn't do hers.
What did she get?
I think she has a heart too.
She does.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen her butthole. I don't know. Oh my God, this phone just died.
She's kinda hot.
You guys zoomed in on it, you pieces of shit.
I didn't. Luke did.
Somebody was like, "Yeah, that's really good in there."
I got bad eyes.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't. Oh, the most fucked up thing I ever had to do. I've turned down some people from like racist shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
what kind of racist shit?
like SS bolts and shit like that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Funny story. I did a.
Didn't you do a swastika though, or no? Was
All right,
that-
that's an exaggerated story because
Okay.
comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just that wasn't necessarily a swastika, but I did do something not realizing. I did I did a Totenkopf on somebody not knowing what it was. The fucking skull,
What is a
the
Totenkopf?
SS like fucking skull and crossbones.
Oh, the
I didn't know what it was. I was like, tight skull and crossbones. Like having
Yeah,
no
yeah.
idea that I just did a Nazi tat on somebody. But yeah, that's where that joke came from. Was that? But like, I've had people ask me to do like SS bolts and shit like that. I did a Bloods tat and a Crips tat in the same day.
Really?
Yeah, I
that's
don't just.
kinda tight.
I
Did
did
they come in
and-
together?
How?
no, the funny thing is, like, it would have been hilarious if they would have been in there at the same time. Though. This like super super hood ass like Puerto Rican kid came in, and I did I think it's a 3-point crown for Crips. I forget. But like with all the blue behind it and shit on his hand, dude was totally talking about like Crip shit the whole time. He had Crip tattooed on his knuckles. Did that and was like, oh, it's hilarious. That isn't a Crip tat. Literally an hour later, I got a walk in from the kid that was like, yo, I want Boogie Down Blood tattooed on my arm. That was
hell
I was
yeah.
like, buddy, you should have been here an hour ago, man.
Oh
This
my
guy is
God.
awesome.
I got a guy for you.
Yeah. You guys could have fought in the lobby.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I've not personally, the most fucked up thing I've ever seen somebody walk in and be like, I want this. My buddy Mark Richards did it. And this like very effeminate black dude used to come into the mall, right? And the dude was a male prostitute, right? Like he was like a cross-dressing
Yeah.
trick turning, and it was so funny because this dude would come in like basketball shorts and a wife beater, looking like the most like normal like St. Pete black dude ever, but he would still have glitter in his fucking fake eyelashes on and shit. Dude came into the shop, looks right at us, and he goes, I want a dick with wings tattooed on my foot, coming $signs. And my buddy's like, yo, I got you. Don't even leave.
you.
Say less.
He was like,
Say no
buddy,
more.
like, yo,
Say
I am not
less.
letting you leave. And he literally did like a dick and balls, like with wings, coming $signs. And he's like, yo, can I ask you why you're getting these? He goes, I suck the best dick in St. Pete. And like pulls out like a
Holy.
wad of money. He's like, that's how fucking good I am. And like Mark was like, oh, it's really cool. He's like, and then the dude was like chastising him, telling him like, he's like, your wife's probably trash. She can't suck dick as good as I do. And I'm dying the whole time watching this happen.
God.
Like-
This is at Tyrone Mall?
Fuck yeah, bro. That
Oh
place was
my
crowded.
God.
Like, dude, the first 2 years of that mall shop, dude, like we treated that place like just like a regular tattoo shop. It
Yeah.
wasn't like a
It wasn't like a
wasn't a
mall
mall shop.
tattoo shop.
nah, dude. It was just some
Yeah.
like dudes in there like working like
Yeah.
fucking
Right
like,
across the hall from the Gap.
No, it was across
We-
from like
we-
the van
right.
store.
No,
Or,
the van store.
or like PacSun over there.
We
or
were
something.
next door to Brookstone, across from GNC, and I think Lens Crafters was next to us when we first started there. Yeah, we got so much shit like when we were there, like fucking smoking weed in the fucking parking lot. Like one of the dudes almost fought a security guard. Like second week we were there. There was this is awful. Like the first year that we were there, like we were all like in our mid-20s. Every dude that worked there was like single. We were all pieces of shit. And like there's a bunch of like chicks that work at the mall, and we were really like, yo, who can get closest to 18? That was like the fucking like summer thing.
Who could pick up the chick
Yeah,
closest
and
to 18?
a dude who will remain nameless fucked the pretzel chick at midnight on her 18th
Not
birthday.
Annie Ann.
No, dude, it worked out because like
Hell
dude,
yeah.
the pretzels just started
Those pretzels
flowing
are
in.
fire.
Dude was like, yo, this chick turns 18 on August 29th. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so it was like August 28th at midnight, dude. He like threw
Annie
it in.
Ann's.
Like,
Damn.
yeah. I mean, like looking back now, you're like, yeah, this is a really awful thing. Maybe I am like my father. But like, they're like, man, it's fucking legendary, dude. Like, dude had that shit. Dude was waiting on this chick's 18th birthday.
That's respectable.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah. I mean,
I
I
mean,
guess that's
you really could have went scumbag and,
Dude, he
and
was-
went for it, you know?
Yeah.
And she'd have probably gave it up anyway.
he camped out on midnight like fucking old white women do on Black Friday. You know what I mean? Like I just imagine this dude just like sitting outside in a tent, like 11:50.
Yeah,
you
he's
know what I mean?
waiting for it.
Waiting
Yeah.
for the stampede.
My man.
Yeah, dude. Like nobody's proud of shit they used to do. Like at
No.
all.
No.
Like
I am not proud of a single thing I did between the age of 19 and 24.
I am really proud of that video that you ran through, the rap video. That's still one of the greatest things.
Aside
that's
from
ever
that, I
happened.
mean, that's all time.
Yes.
Legendary, dude.
Yes.
You should have seen. I turned that into a Zima commercial.
Yeah.
I completely re-edited it into a Zima commercial. I still have it somewhere.
If only Zima still existed, I might
We should post that
do a
up.
better job.
I was living with Gary when that happened.
Everybody knows exactly where they were when they saw
Did
that
you
video.
do Gary's tattoo?
That was like my own 9/11.
it
It was pretty much
exactly
9/11
where I
for
was.
St.
remember
Pete.
right where you're at. Yeah.
Me and my buddy Mark did Gary's chest, that big goat.
Yeah, the
That was his
big-ass
first
goat.
tattoo.
Yeah. He worked
Yeah.
at Beach Pizza with me. I remember back then.
Oh
and
my
shit,
god,
man. Fuck
yeah, that
him.
was his first tattoo, dude. He sat
Yeah.
me.
What is the tattoo?
Just a
It's
huge
big
goat.
fucking goat head.
Dude, it's
with-
from, like,
with the
Oh,
horns.
like a decapitated goat head.
Actually, the funny thing about decapitated goat heads in me and Gary's relationship is I got him one for Christmas a few years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, I used to work with this Filipino dude, Ariel, and he's like, bro, you want to come over for a goat roast? I was like, fuck yeah, I've never had goat before. I want to go party with some Filipinos. And he's like, get here at like 11. I'm like, in the morning? He's like, yeah, come over. We're going to hang out all day. I get there, and there's just a live goat. I'm like, shit.
Oh, this is getting
Hang
wild.
on. I gotta call somebody. Gary, get over here now.
No,
Yeah.
Gary didn't even go.
Oh.
So yeah, we're just like hanging out. Killed a goat in the backyard. That was real.
Wow. How'd they kill it?
I'd rather not say. It was brutal. It was bad. But yeah, we fucking killed this thing and like gut it and all that shit. And I felt real shitty about it till about 6
Oh,
o'clock,
oh,
and
I
I had
hope
my
they didn't make you
first
suffer.
plate, and I was like, that
And
thing
that's
deserved
just
to die.
delicious.
This is delicious. Like fuck that little
Damn.
thing. But yeah, so it's bad luck to have the goat head, right?
Uh-huh.
And like they just hacked it off, and I'm like, yo, let me put that in a bag. I got a guy that'll love it. And
Yeah.
I go home drunk and just throw it in the freezer. Gary comes home like, bro, I got you a present. Open the
No.
freezer. And his fucking decapitated goat head with the horns and everything. He's like, oh my God, this is awesome. He's like,
Yeah.
Gary's like,
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
he's like the most
I've always wanted this.
Yeah.
he was like the most metal dude ever. It's still buried
Oh,
in his
yeah.
backyard. Like you put it in like a 5-gallon bucket and like drilled holes in it to like bury it so like shit would like eat off all the meat for the skull. We still haven't dug it up yet. We were supposed to do that like 3 winter solstices ago.
We
should have a
should
party.
dig that thing
You
up.
gotta put it in an ant pile, though. I thought. No.
No, it's in there, dude. I mean, it's Florida. There's ants everywhere.
Yeah.
Like so, it's been like years. Like that
Really?
thing's probably clean now. But yeah, like he Metal Gary's like, dude, we gotta do it on winter solstice. I'm gonna have a fire. We're gonna listen to black metal. I'm like, dude, I'll be there.
Only mayhem.
Yeah,
Hell
bro,
yeah.
like, just, like I was like, yeah, let's do it, dude. And something always happens, and it's still buried in his backyard. We still haven't fucking dug that thing up yet.
Oh my God.
But yeah, it was the best Christmas present I ever gave anybody. It was fucking rad.
So how old were you when you actually started writing shit?
Like stand up, like writing.
Well, I mean, how did it work? How did that happen? Did you just start writing stand up? Did you one day decide I want to write jokes?
Yeah,
I
like
wanna
when's
write
your
comedy?
first show and shit?
Or what did you start writing? Did you start writing about your feeling, like about?
No,
like,
dude.
your-
Like when I
your
first started stand up,
suppressed
dude,
childhood?
it was like dick and fart jokes, dude. Super clean too. It's not like it was all like hokey one liner shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For like the first couple years, that's all it was, dude. I started when I was 17, and I had like one joke there. I don't even remember what it was, Like, and I was like, I want to do this because I had
Yeah.
no idea like what stand up was. I thought people just went up and were just funny.
Right.
Like I didn't realize like the mechanics of it or like writing and like, you know, not like it is now. Like I write maliciously, dude. Like I have like just notes like plastered to a wall like a serial killer. You know what I mean? For like shit that I'm working on. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this. And I was like calling the club on the beach. I was like, I want to come to your open mic. And they're like, you're not even 18. You're not even allowed in. I'm like, come on, I really want to do it.
Come on.
Called and begged. They finally let me go. The first joke I did on stage like actually got a laugh, and then I just ate a bag of dicks for the next like 4 minutes. And the club owner was like, okay, cool, you really want to do this? And he started letting me go back. So I was like going back and like met other comics and started like doing more and more shit and like trying harder. And it just fucking like instantly the first time I did it, I was like, I love this. Like this
Really?
is great, yeah. So I did
Were you scared?
I was nervous as fuck that first time that I went up. Yeah.
Did you get drunk or anything before the first time?
I was 17, so I couldn't drink then, but I think I smoked like a bunch of weed.
Hell yeah.
And like I went up and then like did it, and then like I did comedy from like 17 to like 21. But when I stopped when I was 21, I was in Jersey then, because I started here, moved to Jersey, and then the comedy scene in Jersey is great. There's a really cool club up there called the Stress Factory that would like it's like right by Rutgers. So their open mic was like actually packed. Like you could actually get in front of like a crowd. Most open mics, so you're just yelling at like 4 drunk guys in a bar that aren't listening to you. Like it was an actual like mic that you could go and actually like there was a crowd that listened. And
Yeah.
I was doing it, and like when I stopped, I was doing like some like local college shows and like starting to like make a little money at it. You know what I mean? And like I was still doing like kind of like cleaner hokey shit. You know what I mean? Because I hadn't really like found myself. I still didn't even know who I was
Right.
at the time. You know what I mean? Like I was like, you know, like just this fucking kid. You know what I mean? Like I was going to school for paralegal studies at the time. 'Cause I wanted-
Really?
I have fucking I have 3/4 of a paralegal degree.
Wow.
Somewhere.
Damn.
But yeah, I was doing that shit and like started tattooing and then just quit comedy. I was like, yeah, fuck this. Like I had to be at the shop all the times that like I had to do stand up, and like I wasn't like whatever at it then. I was like okay.
Yeah.
But like
Why'd you quit? You just weren't making enough money, or what?
no, it wasn't even a money thing, dude. Like I made money sometimes, man, but like comedy was always just more like a thing that I loved doing. But like when I started tattooing, dude, like tattooing, like you have to be there. When you're an apprentice, like you have to be there.
Yeah.
So the shop I worked at, my hours were 2 to 2. You know what I mean? And it was
Yeah.
all weekend days, so I couldn't do stand up anymore. So I didn't really like consciously quit doing stand up, but I just kind of just like stopped going. And the next 5 years, like tattooing was all I did. And I was at the shop like doing that, and then met my kid's mom at a funeral. That's the most poetic fucking that's that.
What?
Dude,
No, yeah. We got to hear that story.
Oh, I didn't know. There is no story. I didn't like spit game at her at a funeral. That's just where we met, and that's makes sense for the next fucking 13 years of my life. Dealing with this crazy bitch. But like, yeah, I had my kid. Like, shit was going crazy. Like, my kid was just about to be born when I first told her about like what happened to me when I was a kid. So that happened. We split up. She put me through the worst shit I've ever been through. I know like we all have like a crazy ex story. Motherfucker, I will top your stories hard. So I was like just going through some shit and like ran into this weird dude Dave that like I did open mic with when I was like 17, and he was working at CVS across the street from my house. He's like, "Is your name Kyle? Like, did you used to do stand up?" I was like, "Yeah, hi, what's up? I thought you looked familiar." And he's like, I was like, "You still doing stand up?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Oh man, he's been doing stand up this whole time. This dude's probably great now. Still dog shit."
Damn.
And I was like, I've been thinking about like going to like do some mics and shit again and like start doing it. I was like, I've been kind of like writing again and stuff. And I'm like, I was like 27, I think, like maybe 26 at the time. Like I had to take like a 5-6 year break from like doing stand up. I was like, I want to go do it again. I miss it. And he was like, all right, cool. So I went to Bowser's in Dunedin. They used to have an open mic. It was like the first mic I'd done in like 6 years. And like shit just clicked. Like the like hokey little dumb 17-year-old jokes were like out the fucking window. Like now I'm this like jaded like late 20s dude that can actually drink at a bar. You know what I mean? Like, let me fucking tell you guys something about shit. Like, and like it just came out. You know what I mean? And like the change in my mental health, I have goosebumps. Like the change in my mental health and that first month of getting back into stand up, like I was like ready to blow my fucking brains out. Like, oh yeah, there's been some pretty shitty times. I had a really funny suicide story, by the way. But I was like done. I was like, fuck this. I'm over this. Like all the shit with my kid's mom. Like I'm going through all my shit. My dad just died. Like just everything. You know what I mean? Like it.
Right.
People don't realize how
It's pouring right now.
dude, yeah, like, dude, I look at people that jump off the skyway as fucking heroes, man. I'm afraid to drive over that bridge, let alone fucking swan dive off of it. You know what I mean?
That's pretty ballsy for sure.
Dude,
That's a big move.
Yeah.
And not only are you like fucking up your day, you're fucking up everybody else's day too, because they shut that shit down for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Dude, like, all right, here's my thing with the Skyway, right? You want to do it cool. Let's not do it from 8 to 10 a.m. and 4 to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
If you're jumping
in rush hour.
Yeah, if you're jumping in rush hour, you deserve to be up
Yeah,
there. That's why
what
everyone
the
helps
fuck?
you. It's always about you. Like,
Yeah.
I fucking, you know what I would love to see? I would love to see somebody fucking jump off of that bridge and hit the pool on the Disney cruise. That would be
Oh
fuck yeah, dude. Like,
And live.
yeah, you're gonna no, dude. Like, you're gonna fucking cash in your chips, dude. Fucking ruin the cruise. You know what I mean? Like,
And take everybody down with you.
go out like a fucking hero. You know what I mean? Like,
You know what I want to see? I want to see somebody take an Uber to the top of the Skyway and say, all right, fuck it. All right.
See you later, guys.
let's do it tonight just to fuck with the Uber driver. You guys got cameras and shit. Let's do it.
Oh my fuck.
I like the
dude.
story of the guy. I'm not sure if it was true or not, but I've always heard the story of the guy that jumped out the Skyway with his dog.
Dog lived.
And he died and the dog lived.
Dude,
I'm not sure if
totally-
that's a true story or
I used to
not, but-
tattoo some Coast Guard dudes that worked out at Albert Whitted.
Yeah.
And that's part of their job was like fishing the bodies out. And
Yeah.
like this dude like told me some stories. He's like you don't think it's just people that just jump off that fucking bridge. He's like, it's like women in like wedding dresses. Like dudes dressed to the fucking nines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with like a note in like 6 fucking plastic bags. Like
It's so weird. People like that commit suicide, they have it like perfectly set up in their mind how they want to do it.
oh, buddy, I know, dude. Like, it's not just a thing you just do. I mean, yeah, there are people that just go, yeah, fuck it, and blow their brains out. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
like it's a
What was your experience like? You said?
buddy. I had like a really well written note. You know what I mean? Like it was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
fuck all of this. Like, it was never gonna get better. Like, I'm never gonna get out of my own head. I'm never gonna get through this shit with my kid's mom. Like it is true. Like, you just hit that like point. Like, you're like, I see no light at the end of the tunnel for me. Like, I have no idea where my life's going. Like,
Can't get worse.
I'm broke. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck this. And the other thing is, like, I was at the point where I was like, maybe I'm doing everyone else a favor. You know what I mean? Like, if I check out, like, you know what I mean? People cry for a week or two. You know what I mean? Like, they'll have a beer on my birthday, but no one's going to really fucking care because that's how deep I was into that. I was like, no one is going to give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And, like, I had this whole I had the day planned and everything. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm going to do it this day. You know what I mean? And
what day was it? Why that day instead?
it wasn't even like there was no correlation to the date or anything. It was just like, I'm going to do it this day.
Yeah.
You know what I
You're
mean? And,
ready
like,
for it.
yeah, and like the shitty part was like my friends didn't know that like I like hung out with everyone that week. Like, I was hitting up people I didn't see in years. Yo, we should hang out this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And they had
yeah.
no idea. Like in my head, I'm like, I want to see you one last time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had no fucking clue that like that's what it was. And like I was like, yeah, I want to fucking see you guys. And like they had no idea that it was
Yeah.
we should go out Friday because
Right, you're hanging out with all them people
Yeah.
and shit.
Little do they know if they canceled on
They don't
plans,
know.
assholes.
Right, never see you again. My mom had a friend like that, man, that she worked with and like she hung out with and like gave her all her nursing books and stuff and like
Oh,
you
dude,
know,
yeah.
my mom didn't think anything of it, but she gave him like all these books and all of her stuff and and it was like one of her really good friends. And then like
Oh,
a
dude,
week
yeah.
later, she killed herself and then realized
Gifting is a huge part of the psychology of it.
yeah, she gave her a bunch
Yeah.
of shit that was like meaningful shit, you know?
Yeah, no, I did the same shit. I gave some shit away to people, man. Like
Yeah.
gifting is a big part of it. But like, yeah, I was like, yeah, Saturday I'm fucking checking out. Fuck this. You know what I mean? It's done. I was gonna hang myself in my backyard.
What?
I was like, yeah, fuck it. That seems like a good way to go. I didn't want to shoot myself because I was like, no one should have to clean that up. I just felt like that's a dick move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I'm
That's
not-
very considerate of you.
yeah,
to-
dude, I mean,
to
yeah,
that.
like you fucking, you know, we care about people to the
Kurt
end.
Cobain didn't feel like that.
Yeah.
No, he's like, fuck it, clean it up.
but
Out.
But yeah, man, like,
What the frick? Oh,
you guys got ghosts.
we
in
watched the
here.
lights, yeah.
that happens at midnight.
But yeah, dude, like I didn't want to go through the agony of fucking like overdosing myself. You know what I mean? I didn't want to fucking shoot myself because I'm like, someone's gonna have to scrub that up. You know what I mean? I was like,
So
yeah,
you're gonna hang yourself?
yeah, I'm gonna fucking do that because like I read up on them. Like apparently your neck snaps and it's like pretty painless. So
So like you'd be like on a chair and you'd like kick it out. From under
yeah,
you
I
and
did it, dude. I was.
Did you learn how to like tie a noose and
How
everything?
far did you get?
No, dude, I didn't. That's kind of I didn't Boy Scout, so I don't even know what kind of knot it was. It was there.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this shit. Bravest thing I ever did was kick a chair out from under myself. went down and my feet hit the ground. Had like a quick little tug. The fucking branch was so eaten out by carpenter ants and termites, dude. It was basically hollow, and I'm a fat fuck. Felt no resistance.
You snapped the branch?
Like butter.
Oh, man.
I didn't even have a mark on my neck. I literally, so my feet hit the ground, and then I get hit in the back of the head by this
With
fucking
the branch?
hollow branch just full of bugs. I'm just laying in the backyard like, you can't even kill yourself. Like, your dad was fucking right. Like,
Damn.
and I'm
Oh
just
my
standing out there like, fuck. And like, there was the realization there, like, oh shit, like this could have went a different way.
Yeah, you
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't fucking believe in God or any bullshit like that or like fucking second chances. That was just a bad choice in branches. Like, but like,
Maybe you should have been a Boy Scout because you could pick the better
Could've
branch and
picked a
tied a
better
better
tree.
knot.
yeah.
it would have knocked on the tree. This one
yeah.
doesn't sound
Yeah,
right.
it's got some rot in this one.
This
what
tree's
the-
only rated for $1.50.
Yeah, dude, but it was some fucking
What were you thinking when you were laying on the ground and that thing fucking broke?
I was pissed.
Were you? You were mad? That was your first reaction?
I was covered in fucking ants, dude. Like, it was the worst. Like, the shitty part is like, dude, you go from like this like crying, like somber, goodbye, cruel world, to like fucking ants, like running around the backyard like a fucking idiot, fucking pushing ants off yourself. I literally jumped into the above ground pool that was in the fucking backyard and like jumped in the fucking pool and I'm like, just, what the fuck just happened, dude? Like,
Damn.
you want to talk about like a fucking spectrum of emotions, you know what I mean? And just like,
Yeah.
Right.
and then now you're just standing in an above ground pool, like just fucking what the fuck, you know what I mean? Now you're like, oh shit, now I gotta figure out the rest of my day. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
now I gotta
yeah.
dry
Yeah,
off
damn, I'm
and
kinda
go-
hungry
yeah,
now.
You don't just
yeah.
Now I gotta go to work tomorrow.
You don't just take the day off at that
I
point?
kind of want like
no,
some
I
Taco
did,
Bell
dude.
now.
Like I kind of like just sat there and like thought about shit and just like kind of went inside and like just kind of sat and was like, oh fuck, like this didn't go as planned. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, so what am I gonna do now? You know what I mean? And like it was a weird thing, like just kind of sitting there and like being like, fuck, man, like that could have went a totally different way, you know? And like I didn't have some fucking weird fucking spiritual moment or like God wants me to be here, you know what I mean, or anything like
Yeah.
that. And like I think I was kind of like, what the fuck did you just do, man? Like you almost fucking killed yourself because you got treated like shit by other people. Like I don't like, I've not really like wronged anybody. Like I don't really have enemies. You know what I mean? Minus like my kid's mom and like a few dudes that have fucked her on weekends. There's not a lot of people that dislike me. Like, and I was like, like I pretty much tried to punch my own ticket because of the shit that happened to me that was out of my control.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't my fault that I got fucking diddled. It wasn't my fault that my dad was a piece of shit. And like I was carrying this fucking baggage, dude. I'm like, fuck them. Like fuck everything that happened to you. Like do something. Like fucking I can do, like I'm like, my kid was like a year old at the time and I'm like, you fucking dumb asshole. Like you
Damn.
like what are you gonna do? You gonna kill yourself and let the fucking bar rats your fucking kid's mom fucks on the weekend raise that kid? Fuck no. Like be a fucking better dad than your dad was. Like step it the fuck up. And I literally just kind of like sat, like rolled a fucking blunt, you know what I mean? Dude, I almost killed myself with weed left over. Like that was what a fucking idiot. Like you should I
You
had
should
to
have smoked it first.
Yeah, I'm like I still like this was still
Die
here.
high, die
Yeah,
drunk.
like what a dumbass. Yeah, I literally like just like rolled a fucking blunt and like fucking I watched Caddyshack.
Hell yeah.
I
Oh
watched
my
Caddyshack and like just stayed home that night and like just didn't do shit and just like thought about it. And it
I
was
mean, like, how could you go out that night after you try to kill yourself and
like,
pretend like it's...
I didn't tell anybody either, dude. Like that was the other thing. I was like, I think I was more terrified of people knowing about that than like I was about like fucking being diddled or fucking
The
touched or
molestation
yeah.
stuff.
I was like I was way more like uneasy about telling
How did
people
you
about
end up
that shit.
telling somebody about that for the first time?
Oh, dude, I just got wasted one night with my buddy, like fucking hanging out, doing blow in a fucking hotel, like doing comedy. Like, yeah, let me tell you something, buddy. You want to hear a funny suicide story? Because that's how things come out for me. You know what I mean?
It
Literally
takes a lot of cocaine.
told him this story. Next night, 8 o'clock show, third joke. You guys want to hear a good suicide story?
He tells the joke.
Tells it, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
let's fucking take that one for a ride. That's how like stand up ended up being for me. Like I started talking about shit like that. Talking about the thing about like the getting fucking diddled by your sister, and then every time you open Pornhub, it's like, yeah, fuck my brother. I'm like, fuck, this sucks. Like, you know what I mean?
Buzzkill.
Is that the worst kind of porn for you? Is the brother sister stuff?
I mean, yeah, because they're not even really related, dude. Like, fucking.
It's just
you
a
know,
title.
It's fake to begin
yeah, like,
with.
you know what I want to see? I want to see you fuck your sister and come on her birth certificate. You know what I mean? Fucking Melissa. I want to
Prove
see.
it,
I
you
want to see the
fucking pussy.
23. Like, no, what I
Or like
really
they
want
go
to
to they do a 23
yeah,
and
my
me.
God.
yeah, I want to see.
my
Are you my real brother, dude? And he like spunks into the thing. They send it off. You know what I mean? And like 3 weeks later, it comes back. You know what I mean?
Somehow Mari Povich is in. There's like, you are the brother, and then
Oh
they
my
just start
God.
fucking on stage.
hilarious,
oh my
dude.
God.
Yeah. Like, I don't even know how that shit took off, dude. Like, I don't get it. Maybe it's fucked up people like me. You know what I mean? Maybe.
You don't like porn, right? You think porn is bad for people, especially for young
Fuck
kids.
no, porn's awesome.
Oh, really?
Porn's the shit, dude.
Well,
Porn's,
on your stand-up thing, you were talking about how bad porn is and how terrible it is for. Especially,
I talk shit about porn for many reasons. On my album, I'm talking shit about it because you always have like women that are like, it objectifies women.
Yeah.
Fuck you. 300-pound fat bitches get paid tens of thousands of dollars to get fucked. Like, there's a section for porn for every type of woman. There's 80-year-old ladies that are doing porn. There's fucking people that like no one in this room would fuck on their drunkest day that are getting fucked in porn. There's midgets,
money.
fucking like just every type of woman there is. Every dude in every one of those videos is between 6'1" and 6'3" with a six-pack, tan, same fucking haircut. Like, there's not like Ron Jeremy now is ugly. When Ron Jeremy in his prime, he was a good-looking dude. Like, if I walked into like a porn audition, they'd be like, "Yeah, thanks, have a good day,
Yeah,
buddy."
cool.
You know what I mean? Like
let me do your dick, boy.
porn is more
Whip it out, buddy.
yeah,
All
porn
set,
is more
bud.
sexist to men than it is women. You know what I mean? It is a woman's industry. Yes, it takes like, you know, you gotta have some skeletons in your closet or like, you know, really want to get back at your dad. But like, it's a woman's industry. Like, you
Yeah.
can walk into a porn shoot and be like a fucking 300-pound chick with a lopsided pussy, like no teeth, and they'd be like, "Yeah, we got the perfect fucking spot for you." You know what I mean? You're gonna get fucked in a trailer park, and it's gonna be your cousin, and then you'd be like, "Yeah, cool," and then you're gonna make $3,000. You know what I mean? Every dude, whether they're white, black, whatever they are, they're all over 6 foot. You know what I mean? They all have like a huge, gifted, awesome wiener. You know what I mean? Like,
That photographs really well.
There's also no drop down categories for different types of dudes, right? It's always
the only tab we get is gay. That's it. Like, that's it. There's not a BBW section for us. It's not like, hey, let's go watch this little Piggly Wiggly guy get his fuck on out of breath. You know what I mean? That's not how it is. Like, and the shitty part is like the pay gap. Yeah, all right. I know. Like statistically, women get paid less than men. Not in porn. You know what I mean? You get paid $5,000 for a shoot. The dude gets $50 and a Big Mac. You know what I mean? Because you liked it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's always been my problem with porn is like that. You know what I mean? You know, my other problem with porn is these so-called moms. No, you're just too old to do teen, you dumb bitch. There's not a fucking stretch mark, a fucking a tattoo for Aiden, or that's of course what porn star women would name their kids. They're all fucking Aidens.
Or a
They're-
butthole tattoo.
Yeah, exactly, dude. they have like just symmetrical, nice like vaginas, not a single stretch mark, a fucking C-section scar. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't pop out a kid. You're just too old to do fucking teen
Tiger stripe.
porn. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're not a mom. Like, you're not like
No.
showing up in your minivan, fucking sucking a dick and giving somebody a Capri Sun afterwards. You're not a mother. You don't have a motherly instinct in you.
That would be real mom porn.
Yeah, no, like, if I'm
here's
a-
a Capri Sun and some orange slices.
If I'm gonna watch mom porn, dude, I want to see some lady reading a Danielle Steele book, watching Jeopardy. You know what I mean? And when she flips off that robe, dude, I want to see some floppy titties, stretch marks. You know what I mean?
And like a wrapper for a granola bar.
yeah, dude. I want you to tell me.
some Bell's Outlet coupons.
My husband's always too busy playing Call of Duty to fuck me. Like, yeah, I would get into that. You know? It's fucking. That's my. Porn shit is.
Porn is so unrealistic, and I think you just solved it.
Yeah, it is super unrealistic.
The one joke on my album about porn being super unrealistic is that no one does butt stuff on a white couch.
Oh, yeah.
That's so unrealistic.
That is a great one.
It pisses me off though, dude. I don't even know how that happened. I just went off on a fucking rant. Like, I was like doing shit. Like, comedy's changed so much, man. Like, when I started, like, especially like in Jersey when I was younger, like the comedy club, the Stress Factory that I was going to do open mic at. Dude, like Patrice and fucking Bill Burr, those dudes would just come down from fucking New York and just bump everybody and do sets. And you're like, oh my God, like fucking Bill Burr's here. Like, it was before Bill Burr was what Bill Burr is now. Like, this is like early 2000s. And like, there's a direct trainer from the city, and those dudes would all come down there and just drop in and do shit, and it was fucking great. But like, I don't know if it's because Jersey people don't have a soul, or if just comedy was different then. Like, you could talk about like shit. Like, there's like safe space comedy rooms now. Like, they're like, we don't hear anything sexist, racist, transphobic, and like, you can't even like, even if you're not like punching down or being like mean about that subject, they don't even want you to bring it up. You know what I mean? I literally did a joke about me getting molested at a show, and I had this girl come up to me
In Jersey?
No, this is in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
Fuck that town. And she came up and she goes, I can't believe you said that on stage. And I was like, what? She's like making up that story about getting molested. I was like, what? What? And this is like 2 years ago. This is like a height of like the Me Too movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just boggled my mind because I was like, oh my God, can you imagine if like a dude walked up to a chick and was like, you just made that all up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
She called the fucking cops.
And she was like, I can't believe that you would just go up there and try to joke about that. And I was like, that shit really happened. And she goes, well, if it did. She goes, you talking about it. She's like, even on stage, she's like, triggered for other people. She's like, you shouldn't even talk about that shit. I'm like, who the fuck are you?
to tell you what to talk
To
about.
tell me what the fuck to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't on stage like, yo, can we like stop talking about you eating out your girlfriend again? You know what I mean? And how the only reason you're gay is because you want to get back at your dad. You know what I mean? Because he was a fucking right-wing Christian, and the funniest thing that you
It's
could
the
do.
fucking hipster
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
to
she
do.
literally did this joke. She's like, the funniest thing I ever did was I ate this chick out in the shape of a cross. Ha 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 ha. And I was like, that's not even how you get chicks to come. You're an awful girlfriend. You know what I mean?
It doesn't even
That's
work
not
like
an
that.
alphabet, dummy. But like, it's just weird, man. Like, comedy's turned so weird, and that's why I was saying like I don't work a lot of clubs anymore because like I have club owners like I fucking personally love your shit. They're like, but we don't want to get any emails. You know what I mean? Because you might say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Which I have plenty of times. You know what I mean? You've one too many drinks, somebody yells at you in the crowd. You know what I mean? And you're just fucking
Start roasting them
Dude,
up.
Yeah,
you
you
start
start
ripping
dealing
them
with
apart.
hecklers.
yeah, I've said some pretty mean shit to people on stage before that have heckled me.
But
like,
that's a part of it too. I mean, like if you want to include yourself in the show, that's like you're in the show now. You
Yeah.
want to say something, then okay, let's go.
my wife knows this. If you ever come see me do stand up, I stand up the whole time. If I ever sit down on the stool, I gave up. I'm done. I'm not doing any more material. You know what I mean? If I sit down on the stool, I am literally going to fuck with everybody the whole time, or I am going to do the dirtiest, worst, awkward, like, so I got fucked as a kid. You know
You're
what I
just
mean?
like trying to get canceled as soon as you sit down.
No, I'm just trying to ruin their night for ruining mine.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? I'm going to steal your $15 and you were going to I have like a go-to story. Like when it gets like that, when people are just like, it's usually like the late show where, you know what I mean? Like it's people that got like free tickets because comedy clubs like just paper the rooms and shit. They're like, you're not funny. Larry the Cable Guy's funny. I'm like, fuck Larry the Cable Guy. Like,
Fuck him.
I'm sorry you have to listen to 6 minutes of things and breadcrumbs and pay attention to get to the funny part, and I'm not just like fart pussy. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
sorry there's some substance
Get her
to this.
done.
I mean, you do say fart pussy a lot, but
Yeah.
you know it's a little
It's
bit
two
more
pretty cool
context
things.
to it.
Like, I'm sorry that, like, you know, the biggest problem with, like, people that talk at comedy clubs are they can't stand to shut the fuck up and listen to somebody else. 9 times out of 10, the dumb drunk bitch that's fucking yelling at you while you're on stage that is like, you're not that funny. You know what I mean? Jeff Dunham, he's funny. You're not funny. You're just insensitive. And I'm sorry that you haven't put down your fucking phone for 5 minutes and actually listened to a full bit. Because I'm sorry that a 3-minute bit, there's breadcrumbs and a premise and a setup and a punchline that gets to the funny part, and you couldn't put down your fucking phone for 5 seconds looking at Tinder who's fucking gonna knock your fucking cunt down later to listen to an entire joke. It's not my fault that you don't have the mental capacity to listen to a bit. It's the kind of girls that are like, I don't want to watch that movie, it's got subtitles. That's the biggest fucking red flag with me. If you want to, like, oh, we should watch this like really good movie. Like, it's got subtitles. I don't want to watch that. Those people, 9 times out of 10, we should just fucking cut their head off. They're never gonna be shit. Like if you it's an old saying. I can't credit being the one that came up with this. If you ever go to a chick's house to fuck her and there's no books, leave. Like I didn't
Really?
come up with that, but like I thought about that, and like my ex, like it's not a book
No bookcase
in that house. You know what I mean? She got
Yeah.
fake tits and cheated on me. My now wife, she had books. You know what I mean? They weren't good books, but she had books.
There
and
was a book.
dude, you don't like this day and age, the patience for somebody to sit down and read a book. You know what I mean? Like I love when people are like, I read this thing or I did some research. You watch YouTube. Shut the fuck up. Like
Yeah.
I was
You watched
scrolling
the
through
video.
Facebook and
Well,
I
you
saw a
don't-
headline.
You don't need books though nowadays. You don't need physical books.
yeah, but that's even that supports the point. You don't need them, but
Yeah,
if you have them,
But people use them. We were just talking about this. Now that everyone's doing interviews on Skype on YouTube, like everyone does these Skype interviews, especially like on the news now.
Yeah.
All those people are putting those big bookcases behind them.
Oh,
to
yeah.
make them.
Yeah.
Look how
Oh,
smart I
yeah,
am. Look
yeah.
at all these books I bought that I haven't read.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
how great my IQ is. I have all these books on my shelf behind me, so they use them like to prop up this false.
We should put one back here.
I have like 6.
This is gonna be full of phone books and like
We're
junk
gonna,
mail.
we're gonna put a bookshelf
Phone
up there.
books and Dr. Seuss books.
If you need some phone books or some in my car I sat on to drive here. Dude, I own like 6 books. I have all 3 George Carlin books.
Hell yeah.
I have an old Michael Moore book. I have the Dude Where's My Country book. Somebody just bought me. I didn't even read that one. The Satanic Bible.
That's a good one.
Gary used to bring that to fucking Beach Pizza.
It was Necronomicon.
The
not the Satanic
Necronomicon.
Bible.
Oh, yeah. That's the one he used to bring there.
I have the Satanic Bible, and then I have this like weird sociology. I don't even know who the fuck wrote it. This is a weird book about.
Have
like,
you read the Satanic Bible?
Yeah, like 3 times.
What's it about?
How great your life could be.
Isn't that, I thought that's what I heard.
dude, it's basically
it's like a very like self-perpetuating thing.
It's like a self-help book.
Yeah.
It's the best self-help book ever written. It really is. And like the 7 satanic tenets are like it's like don't fuck kids, don't rape, don't steal, you know what I mean? Like indulge in anything that makes you feel good that doesn't fuck somebody else's shit up, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you want to do drugs, do them until it becomes a problem. You know what I mean? You want to
Yeah.
fuck till it becomes a problem. You know what I mean? Women are held in a much higher regard because they're the flower or the bees. You know what I mean? It's people just get scared of it because they're like, oh, it's Satanism. But it's not. Leviathan Satanism. Leviathan Satanism
Now,
is
what's Leviathan?
Anton LaVey. That's
Is
who.
he the guy that was in Hollywood?
Yeah, Anton LaVey founded the Church of Satan, and I believe it was 1966.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a paperback, which is even cooler. You know what I mean? Actually, the first time I read it, like, you know what I mean? I'm just like reading a book, not thinking about it. You know what I mean? I was flying to Boston, and I'm like, I'm gonna bring this book and read it on the plane, and I'm not even thinking about it, because like I look like me, and I'm in like the 3rd row of coach, dude, and I'm like balls deep in this book because like I was like super fucking into it. You know what I mean? And I'm like finger fucking on this book. You know what I mean? After just having like airport drinks.
Licking your finger in public when you could still do that.
You know what I
The
mean?
good
and, like,
old days.
And
Good
not
old days.
realizing the whole back of it just says the fucking Satanic Bible. I literally had a lady walk past me and just go, and like fucking, I just don't think about it because like I don't give a fuck. Like,
She's like, I need to find another flight.
and they're like terrified. You know what I mean? Like, and you're like, oh shit, like I am doing this in public. You know, which I've always talked about. Like, this pisses my mom off. My mom's Christian, how you should be. She shuts the fuck up about it, and it's her own thing. You know what I mean? It's her thing. My mom prays
Don't question it.
every night before she goes to bed. My mom has more faith than anyone, and my mom hasn't set foot in church since like before 9/11. Like, but like she doesn't preach her shit. My mom doesn't own a Bible. She won't quote. She truly believes. You know what I mean? And like I have a right wing uncle who's the uncle that I'm making fun of on my CD.
Yeah.
Who's one of those like
The cable guy?
He's one. He's not really a cable guy.
Okay.
That was just a crafty line. You know what I
was
mean?
great.
Not everything is super true in comedy, but like
Yeah.
sometimes shit just fits.
Yeah.
But like he's one of those like war on Christmas. You know what I mean? Like
I'm saying Christmas.
yeah, I'm saying Merry Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying Happy Holidays.
And I ain't wearing a mask or going the right way down aisles.
I have a new bit that I'm working on about him for my my new CD that I want to record at the end of this year or whenever this thing ends. You know what I mean? About that uncle and how like I miss when conspiracy theories were smart. Like I miss when they were like intellectual. Like people would spend like 2 years like researching JFK to put out this thesis on like who did it and like
Bullet trajectory.
yeah, dude, like 9/11, you know what I mean? When people are like, well, this is the heat for this. Like there was people that actually did it, and now it's just like Obama's a Muslim, and you're like, why? I'm like, because he's brown. That's why. You know what I mean? Like he did an interview in front of a yellow curtain, and
Where's his birth certificate?
Yeah, that yellow. That's not a yellow curtain. That was a Muslim prayer rug. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Like, and my uncle's one of those dudes, and I was like just making fun of him about like how like he will in one sentence tell you that Obama is an undercover special agent Muslim, right? in the next breath, he'll spout that Michelle Obama's a man shit. You know what I mean? That's just a big old tranny. You know what I mean? That was the first man, not the first woman. You know what I mean? And like I'm like, how does that work, Uncle Dan? Like if he's a Muslim and Michelle Obama's a man, doesn't that make him gay? That's not cool. That's not something that like I don't even know this. Like Muslims fucking
They don't
hate gays.
like that shit.
Yeah, they would chuck you out of a bell tower for that shit. You don't just get to tiptoe into the world of Islam. I'm pretty sure they have a pretty strict closed-toed shoot policy.
Yeah.
That's not. But like I was like ripping him apart about this shit, and it just boggles my mind that people are like, yeah, well, maybe he is an undercover Muslim. I'm like, well, how can he be that? Like, if Michelle Obama's a man, that makes him gay. I've seen that dude eat bacon on TV, like at a fucking pork restaurant. You know, the presidential serving barbecue in
They
Texas.
have a Cuban sandwich
Hell
named
yeah.
after him in Tampa, which
Exactly.
is all pork.
I'm adding that to this bit. Thank you, Luke. You're welcome. I've seen Obama drink beer on TV. I've seen that dude fucking eat bacon and pork. Apparently now he's gay. Like, you don't get to cherry pick in Islam. That's not
Right.
like you're either in or out. And he got so mad when I said this to him. I was like, I understand that you think it's easy to cherry pick stuff like that. I was like, but that's not what Islamic people do. They don't cherry pick. I was like, which is hard for you to understand because you just cherry pick Christianity. And he was like, fuck you. Like,
fuck.
he was so fucking
just
mad.
dropped the bomb
Bro,
on
I
him.
was literally like, oh, I just ruined Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing about that stuff.
You
is, like,
roasted him.
They cherry pick like these little bits of information or like made up information that support whatever they think is true. And they just craft these narratives that like, oh, see, I mean, you can't disprove it, so it's got to be true.
Dude, I've literally had somebody tell me how they base their life on the Bible while eating endless shrimp at Red Lobster. I'm like, you shouldn't be eating those. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're not supposed to eat shrimp, motherfucker. It's in the book that you base your shit on. Like, if you're gonna base your life on a book, read the whole book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, these people running around with cliff notes, dude. And like, that's like my whole thing with him is like, yeah, there's a war on Christians. You don't know how hard it is. All right, take that perfectly. If you were sitting on that $49 Frontier flight like I was, reading the Bible, people would be like, oh, bless you, when you walk by. No one would have gave you fucking dirty looks. If you walk out on the street and go, I'm a Christian, people are going to be like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? If I tell somebody that I'm a Satanist, you know what I mean? They're like, oh my God.
Get away from
And then I
him.
have to be like, no, it's like self-help. It's humanitarianism. You know what I mean? It's more atheism. And they're like, fuck you, devil worshiper. It's so fucked, dude. Like, religion scares the shit out of me, dude. It really does. The funniest thing is that, like, people that I grew up with, like, when I started talking about, like, getting diddled and shit, they were like, oh my God, did it happen at St. Matthew's at church? Because we went to a Roman Catholic church. I'm like, no, shit, it didn't. That's not where it happened.
Bummer.
Dodged a bullet, man. Like, I'm glad it wasn't some old dude, man. Like, that's the retrospect at it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's fucked my shit up. You know what I mean? And I can't remember how many times that like you have that like weird first kiss moment with somebody. You know what I mean? Like you accidentally touch a titty and like I'm apologizing for a half hour, making it weird as fuck because I don't want anybody to ever feel like violated like I did. So like, dude, I've been like my wife to this day. I'm like, is it okay with you? You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I accidentally grabbed your titty like fucking like in the car when you stop. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I touched her. She said, we're married. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I just want to, you know, it's still your space. You know what I mean? Like, I married you. I didn't buy you at a fucking cattle farm. You know?
Wasn't an auction.
Yeah, but it's weird how like that shit, like oddly enough, dude, you guys remember like Love Line and shit?
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, that helped me a lot. Cause like I didn't have anybody to talk to about shit. So I'd like listen to that and people would call in about their like fucking
Damn, I forgot about that.
like a lot of their like sexual problems, you know what I mean? And like I remember specifically driving home from work, was it like 11 o'clock at night that Love Line was on? And I just happened to be listening to it on 98 Rock back in the day. And some dude just was like, yeah, molested and shit's weird for me now. And I was like, literally listened to that whole thing. That's the weirdest fucking thing to ever say that like that was like the thing that like finally put shit in perspective for me. Like, all right, yeah, you're the way you are because of what happened to you. Like you didn't choose this. You know what I mean? Like shit like that, like childhood trauma, like wires your brain differently. You know what I mean? But like it took me years and years and years to be like, yeah, if that shit wouldn't have happened, I would be like the most boring, like, you know what I mean?
Be normal.
Yeah, I would be some dude in Pinellas Park. You know what I mean? That like
You would just still be in Pinellas Park and be another guy.
I moved to North St. Pete, motherfucker.
yeah, the people that deal with the most fucked up childhoods get dragged through the mud the worst.
Best people.
Yeah, they
Like,
end up turning that shit around.
Everyone that I hang out with, dude, has like I can't tell you how many fucking chicks I know that are like the greatest people in the world that have like just fucking cutting scars all up their arms. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like we'll laugh at shit like that. You know what I mean? And then you like, I mean, you in this neighborhood, you meet fucking, you know, Taryn and fucking Daniel and Bryce that all went to fucking Seminole High School that had a great life. You know what I mean? They were like the greatest, richest kids in high school. And now look at them. They're fucking boring. Like, just wearing their socks, pulling their dick out through their boxers, just boring fucking people.
Some Guy Harvey bullshit motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hate all of them, dude. Coolest thing that ever happened, man. I had this dude, it was, like, my, like, high school bully. Like, or, like, my middle school bully. This kid fucking, like, we were all little punk rock kids, you know what I mean? But, like, no one was, it wasn't cool yet. I think we were, like, the last group of kids like that to where, like, it was a problem. Now it's like, like, you know, it's going through a goth phase.
It wasn't cool.
No, we were like, it was the thing that you had to still go find. You know what I mean? Like, you had to, like, you know, burn CDs and shit. Like, you know, you didn't have Pandora that you could just look up punk rock and it would play shit.
Yeah.
Like,
LimeWire.
yeah. So, like, this kid fucked with me, like, all the time. Constantly, like, fucking spit on me and, like, fucking all kinds of shit. He was just a really shitty fucking dude. It's a fucking piece of shit. Fucked with me all the time. I fucking mashed this kid's face in with a math book on the 8th grade field trip. That was fucking awesome. Kid spit on the back of my head, and I just fucking, like, whacked him with a fucking math book.
Oh, he had it coming.
So, like, years later, I am at this bar on Tyrone Boulevard called the Doghouse. It's where the Hamburger Mary's is now. It used to be this place called Doghouse, and they used to have, like, the fucking bangingest wings ever. And I worked at the mall, so we'd always go across the street over there. And I was dating a chick then, which I don't know how, like, I've fucked out of my league for the last 10 years. I don't know how it's happened. Like, I don't know. I am not a good looking dude. I am gross naked. But, like, so I was with this chick at the time, and, like, she was hot, dude. She was, like, a tatted up, like, fucking, like, just hot chick. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And, like, we're hanging out and shit, dude. And, like, everything was cool. And, like, she comes back and she's like, some fucking dude just cornered me in the fucking hallway and, like, was, like, all over me, like, trying to get my fucking number and shit. I'm like, who the fuck? You know what I mean? And she points him out. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, that motherfucker. I won't use his, like, full name, but his name was Steve. And I was like, that fucking dude was, like, my fucking high school bully. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my God, the tables have turned.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Fuck yes.
And this dude looked like shit. This dude was so... Like, this dude was like Daytona bus stop lit on oxys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, God, this is going to be great.
Ooh, how the tables have turned.
Yeah, and I'm like, I just walk over, and I'm like, what's up, man? I was like, Steve? And he's like, oh, my God, is that Ruse? Like, what's up? And, like, instantly starts talking shit, like, just like it's fucking, like, 8th grade all over. What's going on? You know what I mean? And I was like, it's like, no, you know, I was hanging out. What's up with you? He's like, it's fucking chilling. Like, you know, I cut lawns for a living now. I'm like, oh, you really made something of yourself, Steven.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't that feel good?
I was like, man, you see that hot chick with the dragon tattoo on her arm? He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I saw her in the hallway, man. He's like, I'm totally gonna fuck her later. I was like, no, you're not, because that's my fucking girlfriend, you piece of shit. I was like, you just tried to hit on my fucking girlfriend and got denied by fat fucking Kyle's girlfriend. I was like, you fucking piece of shit.
You
I was like, I hope you
pussy.
fucking overdose on oxys. And I threw him $20. It was like, buy another 80 and fucking kill yourself. I was like, fuck this. And I went home and had the most gratifying sex of my life ever, dude.
Of all time.
Yeah, the whole, like, dude, it was like,
that's gotta feel good.
dude, it was like American Psycho, like arm up in the mirror, like,
Yeah.
so weird how, like, shit comes back to that, but, like, this is one of those crowning moments that you're like, man, that fucking piece of shit just, like, you know, like, tried to hit. Yeah, it was fucking great, dude. Like, so glad that branch was eaten out by fucking termites, man. So fucking glad. Like,
I'm glad too.
there's so much cool shit that happened after that, dude. Like,
Hell yeah.
like I have a hard time respecting people that have never dealt with depression. Like people are, like, depressed, and, you know, like, they don't like, depression isn't just being sad. Like, it's not, like, what are you sad for? I'm not fucking sad. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to get out of bed. I haven't showered in 3 fucking days.
I just feel weird.
I have no will to do anything. You know, and it's, people don't understand it because now it's become this, like, cool thing. Like, I have anxiety.
I'm sad.
Yeah, I have anxiety. Right. I'm like, yeah, do you get fucking nervous around people that you love? You know what I mean? Like, do you, like, literally, like they don't get it. It's become this fucking, like, the self-diagnosis shit is what really ruined it. You know what I mean? Like, people now are like, oh, I looked up on WebMD, like, I have stage 4 cancer. Like, you know what I mean? It's what it is.
I think it's an ant bite, actually.
Yeah, I think you're hungover. I think that's
I
all
need
it is.
Adderall, Xanax, and some Klonopins.
Adderall is.
You just need another Bud Light. You don't need any of those.
I need a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's that's what's like, and, like, that's why I respect people that are, like, that are fucked up, that, like, have shit, because, like, they think a lot. Like that's the problem too. Is like people that like go through shit like really think about shit, and then you have people that things have always been perfect their whole fucking life. You know what I mean? Like you take fucking within a square fucking mile of where we're at right now in this neighborhood. There is some of the most privileged people in this fucking neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Like people don't know that. Like I'm from Seminole. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh, you went to Dixie? Let's talk. You know what I mean? What's up? But yeah, like you have some of the most privileged fucking people that have never been through shit. You know what I mean? Like, I got an iPhone 8, not an iPhone 9. Like that's the hardest thing they ever went through. Like I always think back to like those the Sweet 16 show that was on fucking MTV.
Yeah,
like, I was like, I want an Escalade. You know what I mean?
That's
You got
exactly
me a BMW, you piece of shit.
Oh,
Like did your dad ever choke you? No. Shut the fuck up, Stephanie. Like it gets to the point now where like I want bad things to happen to those people. Like that's maybe I do. Like I see these like super.
You want them to suffer.
I do. Like, you know when you get cheated on, you know what I mean? You're like, I want to fuck her best friend. You know what I mean? I want you to hurt too. That's how I feel with some of these people when I see like these fucking like. That's like when I worked in the mall, dude. You would see these like 18, 19-year-old fucking like what's the fucking Eckerd College.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Eckerd
or
College.
UT. Oh, those fucking spoiled dipshits.
Yeah.
Like you'd see them come in, you know what I mean? And they just fucking, all right, listen to me, Mr. Tapman. You're going to do what I want. I'm like, God, I hope you get date raped like tonight. Oh my God. Like, I hope like fucking 8 dudes in the FUBAR bathroom just run through you. I don't really want that to happen.
No, I don't.
But like,
wish
I just
that
feel
on
like it would
anybody.
humble them and make them better people to go through a real traumatic experience. Because the worst thing that's ever happened to them is getting pickle on their fucking burger. They ordered no pickle because they've never been through shit. And I think that's why I respect people so much that have been through shit, because people that have been through shit shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like nobody I know is bitching about like all the shit that's going on right now. Like it's so funny because there's a bunch of people that have never been broke before. They're like, how am I gonna live? You know what I mean? I'm like,
How do I eat?
Welcome to it, bro. I used to roll change with my mom to pay our electric bill when my fucking dad. Well, when me and my dad finally got in like the last fight, my mom finally left him. You know what I mean? Like I remember rolling change with my mom to keep our electric on, and it was some of the best times I ever had. Like, because like my dad wedged a lot of shit between me and my mom for years. That's the other reason I was like really hesitant to talk to her about shit, because like he's that kind of person. Like that's how manipulative people are. Like, you know what I mean? Like if we're cool, you know what I mean? And then like Luke comes along, you know what I mean? Like, he fucks kids or something. You know what I mean? Like you wedge relationships with people.
Like talking shit about your about your kid's mom.
Dude, it's psychology. It's called wedging. It's they literally like they break things in between. Like my kid's mom is very good at it. You know what I mean?
It's like the constant like.
Yeah, like
your dad treated me like shit.
Yeah, like or like your fucking mom does this or that, or like cheats on you. You have no idea what she's really like, you know, or like, you know, she thinks you're a fucking failure. You know what I mean? And like,
you know what she really says about you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's what people do when they wedge in between people, and they ruin it. I don't know if that's the actual term for it, but I know it's but yeah, you fucking purposely
selfish
fuck relationships up.
Yeah,
and it's to keep people apart, not talking, so that they never talk about you and discover who the fuck you really are. That's what it is. You know what I mean? It's so like my kid's mom does that, where like she'll like pull shit and like, you know, she'll like tell you like what an awful person like her dad is, or like some other person is, you know what I mean? Because she doesn't ever want you to want to talk to them, because if you guys talk, you might actually like figure out what a piece of shit she really is and start comparing notes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so that's how my dad was with my mom, dude, and like that was like a weird thing with like us of like working shit out, was like I didn't trust her, because like, you know, you have 10 years of him being like, well, this is what she really thinks of you, you know what I mean, and shit like that, and like pushing that divide between the two of us. So it was like really hard to like finally start like talking to her. But like when they finally split, and like I went through like some broke fucking times, just me and my mom, and my mom's mom, my grandma lived with us. She was awesome. Like, dude, rolling change for fucking to pay bills, like broke as fuck, you know what I mean? Like my dad made like all right money. Like, I mean, we were like working middle class. We never like went without, you know what I mean? But like when he left, it was like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? Like we're eating fucking like, you know, like we got like the $2 steaks tonight, you know what I mean? Those grizzly bitches you gotta beat first, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was like weird, but like it's humbling, and like that's what it just annoys the fuck out of me, is when like people that shouldn't bitch, when they bitch about stuff, like it just fucking boils my blood, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
nobody likes to hear that shit.
no, dude, nobody does, and that's why I just try not to bitch at all. And like that's why like when you meet people, like I get super excited. I'm like, oh my god, your uncle fucked you. Let's hang out. This dude's gonna have wild stories, right? Like,
God.
like even too like with like my wife. Like my wife's like, I mean, her trauma is nowhere near mine, like at all. Like nobody like fucking diddled her or anything, but she had like an abusive dad. I think she had a verbally and abusive father. You know what I mean? Which is probably why she's with me, because I could never be with somebody who didn't have some weird shit in their past. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't want to be. I would just be bored. You know what I mean? Like, and that's like the best part about comedy, and like that's why I think people are so much funnier like when they go through shit, because like it just breaks that wall of giving a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was torn down. Like that wall of ever caring or ever having a normal life was gone before my first day of kindergarten. Like it was gone. You know what I mean? Like there was never a fucking chance. And there's a lot of people like me, there's a lot of people that have shit that they haven't ever talked about. You know what I mean? Like,
and they might not ever.
No, they
there's
might
a lot
not.
of people that didn't make it either because of that type of shit.
Because they found a better branch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been to those funerals. That was the funeral I met my kid's mom at. Was a fucking dude who fucking hung himself. Like, it's crazy. Like, do I ever want to be a fucking motivational speaker? Fuck no. You know what I mean? But do I want to tell?
But you kind of are.
Yeah, it's so weird, dude.
No
I
way.
don't want to be a fucking preachy. This is my seminar. You know
But
what I mean?
there's like different ways of preaching. You just tell your truth.
It's not like those guys. It's different, you know?
Yeah, like I'm the dude, like I could save 4 lives in like the corner of a shitty bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's go to
exactly.
Maulhoffers, dude. I'll save some lives tonight.
Yeah.
There you
go.
Or you can save
go.
6 people in the bathroom at the Emerald.
Oh, yeah, right. God,
So what's
At
that?
least show them a good time.
There's a YouTube channel that has like 1 million subscribers, Zebra, that you
Zebra
write.
Corner,
You
man.
write for them?
Yeah, I'm one of the writers for them. I didn't create it or anything. It's my buddy Dave, my buddy Ali did it.
Okay. What is it, like sketch comedy videos?
Nah, dude, have you ever seen any of the videos of like the dude Mock making fun of the Chevy commercials? Just interjected into the videos.
Oh, yes,
yeah,
yes,
that's
yes.
that's Zebra Corner.
Maher?
Oh, okay. Huh?
You said Maher?
No, it's like the actual like Chevy commercials,
Oh,
like the
okay.
real people, not actors commercials. So they green screen this character Mock, is our buddy Dave, into all those like real people, not actors commercials, and he's just an asshole. The character's like a dick from Boston that is actually like a real person in these videos. You know what I mean? So we did one that was the Impossible Whopper one, and all the people were like, oh my god, it tastes just like real meat. He's like, that's fucking cardboard. Like, you know what I mean? Like just being real about it. This is slightly better than the sandwich I get at the horse track. Like, you know what I mean? Just talking shit, but like we literally just green screen him into these videos. But they're local dudes too, but they're like just about to hit 1 million subscribers, and it's like the funnest thing writing for them. Cause like I literally just get like a script, you know what I mean? It's like over the year, like it's been like 1.5 years, but it's fun now like writing with this character, because like when you write, like you're like writing it in like his accent, like this is the way he'd say it, like this is his like dialect and shit. I'm working on a thing with them that we just filmed last year called Florida. My buddy Brian Barganier is a comic that I've fucking toured with for like years, doing like dirt bar tours. Like, dude, we would do like the shittiest cities. We were on the road for like a month one time. We like left here, went all the way out to Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Damn.
And came back. Lady in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, right after I got off stage, she goes, you talk too fast. And I was like, you listen too slow. Like, let me get my check and get the fuck out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. But me and this dude, Brian, he's a lot of his comedy, like mine, I do a lot of stuff about like tattooing. Brian does a lot of stuff about working at a liquor store, because he's worked at a liquor store in East Hartford, Connecticut for years, which at one point was the heroin capital of the world.
I used to live in East Hartford.
This dude's got stories. So me and him started
The
like,
show's called Florida, you said?
yeah.
Okay.
We actually, we're just getting edits back of it now, and we just filmed this pilot. But like he does a lot of shit about like a lot of his like stand up is about like liquor store stories and shit. And I do a lot of like tattoo stuff. So we were like, yo, we should write like a thing, you know what I mean? Like where like you have a tattoo shop that's in the same plaza as like my liquor store. And I was like, it has to be like a shitty like Florida Haji Mart. Like I was like, it has to be. And then the idea was to take all the Florida man stories, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And write them to where they happen at the plaza and interject into our lives. So like it's just Brian the fuck up, me the fucking shitty tattoo artist, and my buddy Ali working at this liquor store. My character sells drugs that my brother-in-law Dave, the crooked cop from New England, steals. And then Ali is he's actually Middle Eastern, but his character is like a first generation American born, like Americanized Middle Eastern dude that fucking hates working at a liquor store that he inherited, because he's like fucking, but he's like a failure to launch, you know what I mean? But he like it's like Like definitely, like very hard, like Trailer Park Boys inspired. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Every show that you ever watched, like every bro comedy you've ever watched, like we pulled like little shits from it. But
So wait, you're filming a pilot? You
we
said?
already did.
You filmed the whole pilot already?
Yeah.
So aren't you just gonna post it on his YouTube channel?
Fuck no, dude. We're trying to have
No?
people sell that shit.
What?
Yeah, I'll show you guys. I'm not putting that shit out
Damn,
there.
you gotta post it
Yeah,
on
we want to
YouTube.
see that.
Fuck no.
Own
I'll
it.
put
Who do you want to sell it to?
You
What's
don't
up?
need anybody but
that will
yourselves.
pay for it, dude. I don't
A
even,
lot of money.
I don't even want to. No, dude. I don't even want to make money. I want the opportunity to make 6 episodes of this. That's all I want.
But you can make money on YouTube.
Yeah, you can, but like not up front where people are just gonna be
Yeah.
like, here's money to go make this. That's what we want.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I already make money like tattooing and fucking slanging dick
Yeah.
jokes. Like,
Yeah.
that's fine. This isn't like
You
a
want
money
something
thing.
else.
Yeah, like we don't want to have to think. Like, I almost sold a show 3 years ago. I had a.
You know how many almost sold shows I've heard in my life?
No. Did they have a contract in their hand from Warner Brothers?
Yeah. Maybe. Probably not.
Oh, yeah, dude. I got
few of them have.
I got to smell that freshly printed paper. Oh, it sucked, man. So I had this like manager, fucking a few years ago, dude, and like pitched some shit as this production company that he knew that like, it's like his like wife's old friend or something. This dude was a fucking scumbag. They didn't like the first thing I pitched to him. They're like, "What about reality shows?" I'm like, "What about reality shows?
What
Like, they're
about
fucking stupid."
Yeah.
So I ate shrooms because that's what you do when you're trying to write TV.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Alone. I fucking ate an eighth, locked myself in my room, and I was like, fucking be somebody. You know what I mean?
Hell
There's
yeah.
got to be a fucking idea in there somewhere. And I watched a bunch of reality fucking TV.
Oh
Because
my
I had never
God.
watched it. And then I was like, oh my God, like, what if we do a show where I cover up people's exes' names and it's like divorce court? So the whole idea was like, you know, you come in and like, I have Jessica on my arm. The whole time I'm tattooing, you get to talk shit about what a bitch Jessica was. You know what I mean? And like, you know that stupid fucking reality TV moment where they go over to the mirror and there's the fucking stupid music and they have the reveal of their new tattoo and it's some guy like,
Yeah.
oh my God, you did it. You know what I mean?
They did that show,
You're
right?
looking, no, they didn't do this.
It was
So-
a cover-up tattoo show.
Yeah.
That one did exist.
that one was Tattoo Nightmares. That was just like everything. This
Yeah.
was specifically X's names. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Okay.
So
Right,
like
right.
you come in like I fucking put a Grim Reaper over your baby mama's name or whatever the fuck it is. You're looking at me like, oh my God, I'm so happy. This
Yeah.
bitch is behind me. The curtain's open. Who's here? Jessica.
Yes.
Let's hear her
bitch.
side of the
Let's go.
story.
Yeah.
Sit down. Yeah. And then that's all it was. And
That bitch.
we did it.
That bitch.
We filmed the most awful pilot ever, but pilots are dumb. Like it's not even
Yeah.
a pilot, it's
Yeah,
a proof
yeah.
of concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we filmed this proof
Like
of
a
concept.
sizzle.
The
Yeah, it
pilot
was
of
a-
any great show is like, usually pretty bad.
Yeah. So we filmed
Not
this.
Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is great.
Walking Dead is pretty great too. I take it back.
I've never seen either one of those shows.
I mean,
I was too busy on the road to watch TVs. Like
You're too
To an
busy
extent.
writing your own story.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I used to always talk shit about people like that. on the
Output.
camera. I was like, back in the day when you actually had to like 8 o'clock on Sunday, like sit down and watch a show. I was like, I will never be such a boring, fucking bleak fucking motherfucker that like 8 o'clock I gotta be home.
I
and
need to watch my shows.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, you don't even get a TiVo, you piece of shit. Go live your life. You know what I mean? Watch it on your time.
TiVo.
I'll never let
Motherfucker.
fucking the TV guide fucking dictate when I'm home. But yeah, we wrote this fucking sizzle, filmed it, and then they liked it. I remember I got a call. They're like, "Oh my God, they really like it," and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here." So like this production company pitched it to Warner Brothers because they did Stage 13 was this thing that like Warner Brothers did a few years ago. It was supposed to be like their Vice kind of thing. You know what I mean? They loved it. They wanted to buy it. They wanted to buy 120 minutes of content. They were going to give me a 3-year talent deal with Warner Brothers, a 10K signing bonus. You know what I mean? And then like an option to like try to pitch some other shit to this fucking reality TV show. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. You know what I mean? That's a break. You know what I mean? I'll take it. Super stoked. I was like, Mom, I made it. You know, oh my God, they're gonna buy this. You know what I mean? Within the hour that like I call my mom crying, be like, I fucking did it. You know what I mean? Within that hour, my manager at the time gets in a screaming match with the production company because he wants to be EP, and they're like, you're a fucking talent manager. You have no TV like experience, whatever. Why the fuck would we give you an EP credit? And he goes, fuck you. We're no deal. And like what do you mean no deal? Like, and yeah, burnt the whole
the fuck?
fucking thing down. Like,
Dude,
I
that whole
Damn.
industry is such a fucking shit clown show.
dude, yeah. Managers are, you don't, like, they're fucking leeches. Dude,
Yeah.
agents are the fucking, like, dude, the way this whole thing is now, dude, like, agents in LA, dude, are just fucking rich kids that, like, just fucking, like, sit around.
Yeah.
And all they do is they're like, oh, so you've worked really hard and made something of yourself like, with your YouTube, or you have 1 million followers now? I'm gonna take 15% to book you now.
Yeah.
And people that could do it themselves. It's not like the 80s when like these motherfuckers.
There's so many of them.
Yeah,
so many.
but it's not like the 80s when people went to like clubs and were like, this dude's a talent. We're gonna like sign him and groom him and like do things. You know what I mean? Like in order to make it now, like dude, rap fucking like if you're in a band, if you fucking play the ukulele, whatever the fuck you do, if you act, do comedy, you have to already make it on your own on the internet before an agency or anybody will even look at you.
Oh, for sure.
So like fuck them, right? Like those are also
Do it
people.
yourself.
I would like a second Holocaust of just Hollywood agents. You know what I
The
mean?
problem with the Hollywood, the TV and Hollywood shit is just,
Fuck, dude, they're all leeches, man. Fuck
and they're
them.
all old,
Yeah.
and they're all old suit-wearing
They're-
motherfuckers who
they're-
everything that they do is depicted by advertising, and
They're-
every decision they make
Yeah.
comes from
They're
advertising
people
money.
who don't
and-
listen to comedy, who don't listen to fucking music, who
Right,
don't watch
right.
movies.
They
They're
don't
like,
care.
no, they're fucking.
They don't care
awful,
about you.
Awful people, dude. They're
No.
so terrible, man. And like that's why like we're like fuck this. Like we want to do this shit on our own. Like if somebody wants to buy it and like pay us to do it, like
That's what I'm saying. You should put it on YouTube.
yeah,
Do
but
it
like
yourself.
the whole thing that you know how many fucking things are already out there like this. Like a scripted show isn't like a YouTube thing. You know what I mean? Like yeah, if we want to write sketches, cool. You know what I mean? But no one like YouTube, dude. People watch 2-minute videos. Dude, remember Vine?
That's not true.
Like,
Bros of Simi Valley.
dude, for them, all
Come
right,
on.
People
all right,
watch 3-hour podcasts.
They say they do. You know what I mean? Like no one really listens to Rogan. They watch the clips. You know what I mean? Like, it's, like, but yeah, people like us do.
His palatial estate would say otherwise, I think.
But yeah, like people like us, like I'll listen to a whole fucking podcast. You know what I mean? I'll
Yeah.
watch like a fucking weird documentary about some shit I'm not even into just because it's hilarious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, birds are battery powered. You know? Like,
Yeah.
Obviously.
But like the masses, I'm talking about like you know, but like the masses of people don't do
I think
that.
more
like,
people watch longer stuff though on YouTube than they do
more
short clips.
people like us. You have to forget that we're the people that are really out there, like the fucking, you know what I mean? Like
There's a lot of people like us. Come on,
I mean,
have some faith in humanity.
it's hard.
I know.
Well, it was like you were saying on Dr. Drew.
Yeah,
Somebody saying something that specific that really reached out to you. There's
but I didn't listen to
Countless
that
amount of
show
people
because I
out there, like-
wanted to. That was just a fucking lucky thing where I just happened to be in my car at 11.
and now you have an algorithm
Yeah.
to spoon feed you these sorts of things that you could be putting out there.
Yeah, but like we just don't want to do YouTube with this. I mean, we might
Yeah.
but like
I mean, I'm not saying it has to be YouTube. I'm just saying like figure out something where you can put it out there and
Well, the other thing is we have 2 production companies before we even started this that
Yeah.
were like, yeah, we
I
want
just-
you to go make this.
I just know so many people who've, and including myself, who've been in this position for so long, and they just wait and they wait and they wait, and they have something so great, and they just don't put it out because they think they're gonna hit that fucking pot of gold.
Oh, we're not
someday.
gonna wait.
Somebody's just
We're
going to
gonna-
show up and be like,
Yeah,
you made it. Here you
No,
go.
exactly.
You have
we-
permission to be successful
Yeah.
now.
We already have like people in place that are like that they're gonna like pitch it, and like we already talked about,
Yeah.
like they have like an like X amount of time to like pitch it to the people they want to, and then we will like put it out on YouTube, and then try to self fund like a couple episodes after that. We just don't want to do that like right away. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah, for sure.
we're not like
You don't
we're-
want to waste it.
I'm excited to see it, honestly.
I will
Hell
show
yeah.
you.
I can't wait
We're
to fucking
done.
see the pilot.
I will show you. It's a rough,
How long is the pilot?
Like 11 minutes.
Okay.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Nice.
it's super fucking Florida. It's like
Hell yeah.
everything about here.
Ah, that sounds sick.
So like yeah, they were like they shot down our first episode. We wanted to do an episode about a baby stuck in a hot car. And us,
perfect.
the windows are cracked and his favorite
and,
mucus
and
is
us
gone.
trying to get it out, but
That's good.
it ends up just being like the plaza prostitute blowing a midget. Like, that was- so they were like, maybe not for the first one, and they were like, yeah, by the way, your only female is a prostitute. You guys need another strong female. We're like, no, the prostitute's not even a female. They're like, it's a tranny, it's a dude. And they're like, what? And they're like, yeah, but the whole joke is that like we're like, that's a lady, and other people keep like misgendering her, but like we're super like that's a fucking lady, but it's clearly like a dude with a dick and a 5 o'clock shadow. And the production company was like, you guys are fucking wild. I love this. So yeah, we had to write like another character, and so we wrote like a strong female that's like a piercer, you know what I mean? And like she's like the funniest. Like my wife played it in the pilot because like she fucking gets drugged into everything. Like, hey, we need a chick to play this, and nobody else wants to be around us. Misha spit some lines, but yeah, it's fucking rad. It's fun as fuck. So we ended up going with the zombie face eater. From like the Haitian dude in
Yeah,
Miami.
yeah,
Like,
Miami.
everyone knows that story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we rewrote it to where we're the ones that sold him the bath salts.
Yeah.
But like we're like ignorant to it, and
That's
like we
amazing.
stock aromatherapy crystals, not knowing what they are, and then like the piercer chick's the one that like ends up like breaking it, like you know what I mean? Like what bath salts? I'm like, what the fuck are bath salts? She's like, it's like Chinese meth. I'm like, what fucking loser would sell that? I'm like, oh fuck, we did. You know what I mean? And then long story short, like our shop bum like eats my buddy's face off in the parking lot.
Fuck.
The shop bum.
Yeah, I can't wait
Yeah.
to see
This
that.
is the pilot?
Yeah, I'll show it to you guys when we're
That
done.
sounds sick.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking. It was like the funnest thing like that we ever did. Like I've never had to like act before. You know what I mean? Unless you're counting like not telling your teacher that your sister beats the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Maybe I would be a good actor. But yeah, it was fucking weird. Like I have to play myself. But it was so weird to just be like, okay, just be yourself. You know what I mean? As soon as the camera's on, you're like, hey, what's up, guys? It's so fucking weird, dude. Like, acting's not hard. Like, I just don't think I could cry on command. Like, I'll respect those people. Like, they're like, my job is so hard. I'm an actor. I'm like, you're not a writer. You just read lines that other people wrote for you and happen to have a nice face. Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like, we purposely wanted to cast, like, a bigger chick for, like, the chick role. Because, like, they were like, we like a strong female, you know what I mean? And like my friend Hillary from North Carolina is one of the fucking funniest comics. She was in that Netflix movie Dumpling with Jennifer Aniston. And like we were like when I met her, like, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, what's Jennifer Aniston smell like? Cookies? Like I just feel like I see her and I just
It's got to be pleasant.
It's gotta be
like
good.
freshly baked cookies or like potpourri.
Yeah.
She's just
Potpourri,
a goddamn angel. But like I want her
Is she
like
married to Brad Pitt?
I don't know.
Did they get back together?
the
I hope
fuck
so.
no.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They deserve each other.
I can't keep up.
They
with
definitely
Fucking
do.
awesome for however old she is, though. Now.
51.
Oh, amazing.
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
I
Oh
get my
God.
snippets of like her and Brad Pitt's life whenever I check out at Publix.
Yeah.
Star
man.
Magazine.
Yeah. But yeah, like we were like, so the production company was like, yo, we need like a strong like female person. And they're like, hey, maybe a looker. And we're like, fuck you.
A looker.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because that's how fucking all those fucking scumbag people are. You know what I mean? They'll like take some chick that can't act, that can read lines, that has like a hot ass. You know what I mean? Like, ah, you're gonna
They
be a
want her
star.
in
Get
there,
out
yeah.
So
there.
they can predict, yeah, you want to stay at my house? I'm the producer.
Yeah, like, do you think Scarlett Johansson's really talented? No, she's just good looking. Like, dude, a lot of those people, like fucking Robert Downey Jr. is only because who his dad was. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't know who Ben Stiller was if it wasn't for Jerry Stiller, because Jerry Stiller had talent. You know what I mean? Ben Stiller is just okay. So like we were like, yeah, fuck you guys. Like, so we were like, no, we want to fucking cast like a chick that's not like your fucking normal bullshit, like little skinny trampy chick. So like, it just didn't even click. And I'm like, fucking doing blow in a bathroom with fucking Hillary in fucking North Carolina. Like, Jennifer Aniston, did you get to see her underwear? Like, just being a fucking asshole. I'm like, oh my God, you should play this part if we ever get a chance to do this.
Oh my God.
And she was like, she was so funny because she's like, yeah, she's like, I always feel like they always like cash it. And she even said like her role in that movie Dumpling, she's like, they only cast me because I was a fat girl. She's like, that's what they wanted. They wanted like that, like not hot. Like she's so fucking, she's like, they casted me because of that's like the character they wanted for. And I was like, I'm not trying to cast you because you're fat. I'm trying to cast you because like I want you to get a job that they would give to somebody else that wouldn't fucking deserve it, because she's fucking hilarious. She's the best person for the job. Like it's just I fucking hate that it happens all the time. Like you get like people are like, women aren't funny. Women are fucking hilarious, dude. Some of the funniest comics I know are women, dude.
When the fuck are comedy clubs gonna open back up, dude? When are you gonna get back into it?
Hopefully never, dude. I'm hoping it's all
Never?
bar shows from now on, bro. I hope they all burn down. Fucking hate them. 2 drink minimum, fucking assholes.
Well, you gotta get back at it, dude. You were fucking on a tear for a while, weren't you?
Dude, I miss it so bad, dude. Like I'm just sitting at home writing shit, dude. Like
Yeah.
there's so much shit that I can't wait to talk about, dude. Like it's fucking sitting at home. Like I've talked a lot of shit about long guys.
You got anything you want to try out?
Yeah, let's talk about this one. I spent a lot of time talking shit about long guys last couple of years. Like, it's fucking, you made a career out of what I used to do for $10 for my grandma. You fucking loser. You know what I mean? Like, how do you just quit and go, you know what? I'm gonna cut grass. You know what I mean? Like, do you have no fucking try? And you didn't, you know, you're just a lawn guy. You weren't even like, you know what? I'm gonna get a chainsaw and cut a tree down. There's no fucking do in their life. I've talked so much shit about lawn guys. And then this whole thing happens. I'm at home, losing my business, broke, just listening to fucking lawnmowers all day, dude. Just fucking all day. Just some guy out, feeding my family. You know, you wanted to be an artist, you piece of shit. Just sitting at home. I don't know if you know this. The sound a lawnmower makes is actually cha-ching, 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 really fucking fast. If you're at home and depressed, it just sounds like some fucking white trash dude cashing checks that you're not. It sucks. I fucking hate it, dude. I really ate crow with that one. Like almost literally, because I couldn't afford food. Like I was about to probably start having to actually eat crows. Yeah, I want to talk about that and how much shit I've talked about labor people, because like I kind of got on a high. My dad was a labor dude. You know what I mean? And I watched that dude struggle, and that was like something I was like, I'm never gonna fucking be that dude. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna and it's true. Some of the happiest people in the world come home fucking smelling like fucking BO every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I wonder if those people just never try to do what they really wanted to. You know what I mean? Because you always meet some guy that like, what are you doing? I've worked on ACs for 30 years. I've provided for my family. And you're like, all right, cool. Yeah, the guy does like AC work, but what you really want to do? And you find out this dude builds like the greatest birdhouses ever. You know what I mean? And this guy's like, oh, I'm a symphony fucking pianist.
Here's the treehouse master.
You know what I mean? Like I go home at night and I'm playing fucking Beethoven on the piano. And you find this dude's fucking wicked good at piano, but he never fucking tried to do it. Dude, George Bush Jr., perfect example. Have you seen that dude's paintings? If his family, dude, his paintings are fucking great.
It almost makes up for all the war crimes.
Almost.
It does.
Almost makes up for 9/11.
Almost makes him likable.
I think you should start painting the Iraqi kids that we drone struck.
Oh fuck!
I might start liking him then.
But
He's just got the towers crumbling down.
that dude's like the perfect example.
I had
of,
no idea he was a painter.
Dude, they're great. Like they're really
Yeah, they're
good.
legit.
But that dude's the
Really?
perfect example of why you just don't do what your parents tell you to do and what other, you know what I mean? That dude didn't want to be a fucking oil baron or fucking president, you know what I mean? That dude wanted to fucking smoke weed, drink Bush Light, and do cocaine and paint.
Hell yeah!
And if fucking Barbara Bush and fucking George Sr. would have just been like, hey, have fun in the basement with your paintings, faggot. Like, we wouldn't have went to fucking Iraq and killed all those people because he would have just been painting like, man, we shouldn't blow people up. You know what I mean?
chill,
Like,
man.
but that's the whole thing is like, just like the fact that I can pay my bills.
Do you
Like,
think the same thing would have happened to Hitler if he would have followed through with his paintings?
I don't know.
That's a deep ass
This is
question.
recorded. That can come back to it. Maybe he would have been a nicer guy. I don't know. I think what really fucked Hitler up was World War One. You know what I mean? Because he was like you think like that dude was like in war. You know what I mean? That dude was like the dudes you see at timeout trying to fight everybody with fucking PTSD. You know what I mean? That dude is
Shit.
no different than the dudes at Rudy's that are like, fucking, you kneel, I'll crush your fucking head in.
Neil, what are you doing?
Take
dude,
off
that's-
your face
Oh my
mask.
god!
Take
Right.
off your face
I have
mask.
to write this down. I'm so sorry. I think that's such a funny idea of like that's what Hitler really was.
He was an artist.
Dude, he was an artist, but I mean, like, you think about it, that dude was a dude who was fucked up from war, just
Yeah.
like the people that we know now, like the dudes with that shitty square fucking
The police haircut.
haircut, you know
And
what
the
I mean?
Hawaiian T-shirts.
And it's sad too because they're just people with fucking PTSD that like never got it like dealt with, you know what I mean? But then it's a dude like that got into power, you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
all it is. Like, you imagine if we took some like,
Dude, some guy just got shot like 2 days ago in Missouri or something they wouldn't let him on a bus because he wasn't wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So he fucking shot the bus driver.
yeah, exactly.
That's insane.
Retarded, dude. I can't.
what a perfectly
And then
wasted shooting
some
somebody.
other dude was in a liquor store in Texas, and it was a lady clerk at the liquor store wouldn't let him check out because he wasn't wearing a mask, so he fucking punched her in the face.
There's a
went
Dollar
to jail.
there's a Dollar General in
Or give me
Michigan.
that liquor.
where that happened too. Like, dude walked in.
That
and
might
they're-
be the one that I'm thinking of.
They're like, you need to wear a mask. He's
Yeah.
like, fuck you. Woo, 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 woo. Like, yeah. But that's all Hitler was, man. Hitler was a fucking. Like, if you took one of these, like, I ain't not talking shit about him, but if you took some kid that went to fucking Iraq in 03, you know what I mean? And comes back, you know what I mean? He's a fucking buzz cutty, fucking don't tread on me fucking war dude. And you put that dude in power, that dude would start exterminating Muslim people. That's all Hitler was. Hitler was just a fucking dude with a bad haircut that was jaded from war, that got a position of power that should never get a position of power. That's a weird thought. I'm going to write that down. I fucking hate those dudes so much.
But it's what I've
Same.
noticed is that most people that come back from like serious battle, they aren't really like that.
No, oh man, that's a whole nother conversation I would love to have with a buddy of mine that was over there. And he's like, yeah, I saw some shit. It's fucked up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He goes, but he's like, the loudest ones that come back are like, you know what I mean? He's like, not all of them. You know what I mean? He's like, but you meet people that were like over there and shit. And he's like, you know, there's people like me that came back that like, you know, he's like, I fucking wake up screaming in Arabic sometimes. Like, shit happens. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
like, I fucking killed a few kids, whatever.
Yeah.
And like, but like, yeah, but then there's the look at me. Like, I had some fucking dude one time.
There's the guys that are just looking for attention.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I know you shouldn't talk shit about them because, like, God forbid you say anything fucking negative about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was your fucking choice. You know what I mean? Like, you chose to go. Like,
Yeah.
we weren't forced. It's not fucking, fucking North Korea where you fucking go in the fucking military. You know what I mean?
It's not a draft.
The shitty part is like the fucking how like the fucking the recruiters prey on kids. You know what I mean? That was like one of the greatest things that like I know a lot of people don't like Michael Moore. Michael Moore's done some cool shit. Like I love where he was like he was in Michigan and all the recruiters were at like the dirt mall on the black side of town trying to get those kids to go. And he's like, hey, why don't you go to the mall on the other side of town? Like, yeah, no, they kick us out of there. They don't want us fucking like poaching your fucking little like white upper middle class kids and to go to the military. They want the fucking poor ones to go. Like, and that's the truth of the military. They fucking pry. Like, first time I went to the town my kid's mom's, or not my kid's mom, fuck her, wouldn't go anywhere with her. My wife. First time I went with my wife to the little fucking piss hole fucking corn town in the middle of Illinois that she's from. It bummed me the fuck out because every dude that I met there all went to the military. Not because they wanted to, because they were like, I'm either going to fucking work in a cornfield.
It's a way to get out of where you're at.
Yeah.
And they're all so fucked up now. Like all 6 of the people that live in this town. Like, you know what I mean? They all graduated high school. They all went. And like,
Why are they so fucked up?
Dude, from fucking liquefying kids in a tank. You know what I mean? That shit'll fuck with you, you know? Yeah. And like, they're all so fucked up from that shit. And they're just like, every night sitting in this fucking bar. And it sucks because like, they had no, like, that was their choice. It was like, am I going to go work at the fucking factory and hate my life?
Go to the army.
Yeah, I'm going to go in the fucking army.
Get out of this
and,
town.
Like, yeah, and like, now they're just stuck there, dude. And it's sad as fuck, dude. It's so like, it boggles my fucking mind that like people still are like, yeah, fucking.
So you got to follow your dreams.
Yeah,
Give it
you
a
should.
shot.
Yeah, and that's why like I get fucking so pissed off. Like I've met people that like, that's the hidden talent thing. Like you meet somebody like, you don't know that they're like, whatever, fucking you cross stitch or whatever you do.
Whatever.
You know what I mean?
Cross stitch.
Whatever the fuck
Yeah.
you do. You know what I mean? Like you meet some people like, like some, I had no idea that dude like,
Was that good?
made
at that?
airplanes out of beer cans. Like
Yeah.
those are really good beer airplanes. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
sell them at the fucking flea market. Make money
Right.
off of that. Stop fucking plumbing, dipshit. Like evade taxes. Make your own money. Like fuck.
Do
this.
what you love, yeah.
Dude, yeah. Like, and that was like I wanted to be like the whole reason I wanted to be a paralegal is fucking shitty as it sounds. The whole reason I wanted to fucking become an attorney is to like help people that like were getting fucked over. You know what I mean? Like I like SLC punk as fuck was like, I'm gonna do more damage in the system. Like I was like, yeah, I want to be a fucking ACLU attorney and like help people that are getting fucked over and like do shit and like really fucking change things. But like that's never gonna happen. No one's ever gonna change shit. Not me. You know what I mean? I'm just a dude who I can't even pick the right branch on a tree to kill myself.
Oh my God.
Fucking change the world,
Bring it back.
Oh my gosh.
That
We're just a bunch of white trash losers from Pinellas County.
But I think we'd be the perfect people to storm the fucking like if like pitchfork time came. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'd be
Nah,
all
I'm
right.
staying in.
If pitchfork time ever I wouldn't be there either.
Nah,
you know what I
I'm
mean?
staying
All I'm
inside.
saying is it would be Floridians. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I don't think it would. I think it'd be somewhere in the Midwest.
Michigan.
Somewhere where
Michigan's out in the running right now.
Yeah.
Like they're, you know what I mean? The 3%ers.
Texas.
Oh my God. I love
Florida's definitely gonna be fucked up.
everybody's at the beach. Hanging out.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all chilling.
Well,
dude.
where we are at least.
Yeah.
Not on
Yeah, this ain't Saint.
Apopka.
This ain't
Not
Saint
a-
Cloud.
not State Road 60.
Yeehaw Junction.
Yeehaw Junction.
How long do you think like those militia people would actually last in a fight against the actual militarized police?
I think they'd give up as soon as the police showed up.
Day tops, dude.
Nah, some people would die.
No, there wouldn't be like another like Waco.
I think it would.
Like
Why?
You think like 60
The
days?
Waco? Yeah, Waco wasn't that
It
long.
was like 51 days. Right? It was like 51 days.
Well, you just watched a
Can you pull
documentary.
that up,
Yeah.
Stinky?
No, we just watched. Yeah, we just watched it on Netflix.
Yeah, I
So
did.
it's
Too.
really true.
I
It was
watched
a
that
great.
too.
It was a great show.
It was good.
It was really good.
Every
Yeah,
documentary.
that was wild, man.
I love that they focus on his guitar playing.
Yeah,
first of all.
he does play
He had some
guitar a
fucking
lot, man.
sick guitars.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, like BC Riches hanging out while he was
Yeah,
preaching.
Dude,
Yeah.
like the best mullet ever, too.
Oh yeah.
He looked like if Chuck Schuldiner was like a Christian preacher, and I really
It
appreciated
was a
it.
good show.
I love when you talk to like right wing people about that. Like, yeah, the ATF and shit totally fucked up all that shit. They're like, that guy was just a dude, just living his life. He wasn't
Right,
hurting
yeah.
anybody.
He
I'm
was
like,
living his life and having
Yeah,
tons of wives.
except for the kids he was
Yeah, the
fucking.
kids he
and
was
I-
the illegal
fucking-
guns he was selling.
Yeah.
Dude, I went on a fucking tyrant the other night about like
51 days.
election year shit. You know what I mean? Here we are again. Woohoo. And I had a friend of mine try to. I was like, I'm not fucking voting. Fuck that shit. You know what I mean? They're like, you have to.
You don't have
You
to do
have
anything.
to go
Gotta
vote.
do it.
They're like,
Voting.
every person who doesn't vote or votes
The
for a party,
scumbag.
it's a vote for Trump. I'm
That's
like,
exactly what my
good.
mom tells me.
Yeah.
good. And they're like, you have to go vote for Biden. I'm like, seriously?
If
You're
you
gonna-
don't vote for whoever is telling you to go vote, then you're wrong.
I'm
And that's what's
voting-
fucked up about it.
Yeah.
I'm voting for Justin Amash.
I'm gonna vote for you.
Dude,
Who the hell's
I'm writing in
Amash?
Kyle Ruse.
Kyle Ruse.
dude, I would be a great president, dude. I would legalize drugs,
Yes.
fire everyone, and quit.
Yes.
First
Fuck
day you show
you.
up.
Fuck all of you.
You got
Hell
my
yeah.
vote so fast.
But yeah, I had a friend of mine that was like, you have to vote for Biden. I was like, I can't believe. I was like, you coming to me of all
Why?
people, like somebody who went through some fucked up shit. Like, you want me to vote for the dude who like open mouth kisses boys and like.
Yeah, he does all sorts of creepy ass
And they're like,
Smells
that's
hair.
just editing.
yeah.
Fuck you. That is
Yeah,
not
that is
editing.
creepy
I
as
know
fuck.
that guy.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen that guy.
Something fucked up with that guy.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
dude. Like, and I'm not saying that dude's
Makes
fucked a
Trump
kid.
look good.
Yeah, dude. Like, I love the like. Which rapist are we gonna vote for?
Yeah,
You know what I
right?
mean? I'm just gonna sit this one out.
Have you heard Howard Stern talk about Trump?
Dude, he fucking hates him, dude.
Yeah, but he used to love him. And
Yeah, I know, that's
he's
what's
like, I love
crazy.
him as a friend. I mean, he was a great guy. He's been to my wedding or whatever. But when he asked me to come speak at his presidential inauguration, Howard was like almost gonna do it and talk about Hillary because he loves Hillary. But he's
Man.
like, I can't because Trump was so good to me and we had such a good
That would
friendship.
have been
And
sick.
How great would it have been if
He's like-
Howard Stern would have showed up as Fart Man? You remember that?
Oh my god.
Do you remember Fart Man?
Yeah,
With,
yeah,
like,
from the
MTV?
movie. Yeah.
That would have been the shit.
Oh,
my
fuck.
God.
I don't even like talking about politics with anybody anymore.
No.
Because like people
I don't know
really-
enough about it to talk about it.
And like I read a lot about shit and like keep like a very open mind about stuff about it just because like with comedy like you kind of have to know what's going on, like you gotta know what the fuck's going on in the world to like talk about shit. You know what I mean? You can't be like going on stage being like, yeah, so Waco, right? Like people are like, what is that? Like, if the series didn't just come out, people wouldn't be like, oh, what happened there?
Right.
But yeah, like it's fun to like talk about. I mean, I don't necessarily do political. There's people that are very good at political humor. I'm not one of those people. But like you have to stay up on that shit, and it's so crazy. Like everything's so politicized now. Like even comedy, you know what I mean? Like you these like preachy like 21-year-old kids that like will go up and like just do fucking like literally like comedy has become Trump set up punchline. Like I want nothing to do with that. Like I want nothing to do with and honestly, if that's all you're doing, it's too easy. You can make fun of that dude constantly.
Yeah,
he's
it's
an
way too
easy fucking target. Like
You can just repeat what he says word for word, and it turns into a joke.
He is funny
Yeah.
as fuck. The shit he says is pure comedy. Most.
Oh my
a lot of
God,
that shit
yeah.
he says is so fucking funny.
yeah, I love the people that like they won't admit like shit. They won't even be like, yeah, he's funny. Even if you don't like him, they're like, ah, fuck him. Everything he does is awful. You know what I mean?
It's from China.
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 Rug. Like it's so.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Dude, the Stormy Daniels thing was awesome. Like I loved when all that was going on.
Yeah, that was good.
My favorite part about the whole Stormy Daniels thing, I just like calling out people on their bullshit, and the whole Stormy Daniels thing was going on. You had a bunch of like fucking 300-pound dudes that probably bowl in a fucking Tuesday night fucking handicap league, talking shit like, Stormy Daniels, that dirty bitch. You know what I mean?
That dirty-
Oh,
like they
God.
wouldn't fuck her
Yeah,
or
like
something.
she's so gross. Oh my
Oh,
God, like
my
that
God.
didn't even happen. And I'm like, you're making fun of somebody that's like top tier porn star while you go
Yeah.
and fuck somebody from the BBW amateur
Right,
section.
from the
Shut up,
yeah.
Frank. Fuck you. Like it was just so funny, dude. Like
From the fucking American Legion. That's
yeah,
what they're
dude,
going
yeah.
up to.
Yeah, some dudes in a fucking American Legion with his fucking pig and lipstick.
Yeah.
Fucking, oh God, Stormy Daniels is gross. I'd never put it in her.
Hmm.
I'd much rather go home and fucking fist you, Betty.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
right.
get your fucking priorities straight, dude. Like that's the funniest. You don't even need politics to shit on politics
No.
because there's no A to B anymore. You
I
can-
always thought that was an incredible like excuse for why somebody wasn't sexually abusing somebody. It's like, well, look at them.
yeah, no,
Why would they touch them?
dude?
How is
oh
that
my God,
an excuse for it to not happen?
Because people don't realize that people get abused that are vulnerable.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not a looks thing. You know what I mean?
It's not. It's a vulnerability thing. You know what I mean? It really is. Like kids that get preyed on, dude. That's why it's always the camp counselor that like they know. Like you know what I mean? Like when they bring in the new class of
Fresh
whatever.
meat.
Yeah. The camp counselor sees like, all right, let's line up for dodgeball. They're not lining up for dodgeball. That camp counselor's like, I'm fucking you at retreat.
Fucking like
Yeah.
squints to the side, just like pushing up his glasses, like I'll see you.
You ever tried wine, Billy? Like, yeah, and it's not a looks thing.
See you
know what I
later.
mean? Imagine being so good of a pedophile that you could like be like, that one's not really my type.
Oh my god.
Like you're some like sommelier for a pedophile.
Yeah. Oh, that a little fat for my taste. You know what I mean? Was that a gap in your teeth, Billy? When are you getting braces? Maybe next summer.
Oh,
Get your shit together.
is anybody still watching this thing? We got any live
We got
viewers?
42 people.
Damn.
Kyle Roberts is still.
Is he still watching?
Kyle Roberts
1
is still
a.m.
here.
Shout out to Kyle. Fucking member.
He just commented, "quote She's too ugly to rape." Unquote. That is awful.
Put that on my tombstone.
Here lies Kyle. She was too ugly to rape.
Dude, we just did like 3 hours almost.
Yeah,
that was
man.
fucking solid.
Holy shit.
So where can people that watch this find you on social media and the interwebs?
My Twitter's Kyle_Ruse. That's always fun. Don't follow my Facebook because there's way too many people on that.
Too many people?
Yeah, it's at the like 5K thing, and I'm too lazy to make one of those fan pages.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I fucking hate. Dude,
Don't friend me on Facebook.
I have an iPhone 5, dude.
Oh,
I
you do?
hate social media. Like, I wouldn't even do it if like I didn't have to for like comedy and tattooing and shit. But yeah, my Instagram is BNDK727. Can't get into what that means. But yeah, my Instagram, that's all tattoo stuff and screenshots and Twitter jokes and shit.
Hell yeah.
Follow me on Twitter.
Your Twitter's funny. You're really active on Twitter.
I have no followers. Like, it's always every once in a while I'll post something. I'm like, oh, 3 people didn't like that and they unfriended me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Twitter's a blast, dude.
Hell yeah.
Follow me on Twitter. Whenever clubs open up, come see me do shows.
Sick.
What do you like better, tattooing or comedy?
That's an awful question. Like, what do you like better, blowjobs or pussy? you don't have an answer.
They're
to that.
both good.
Yeah, they're both
All
really
right.
rad.
Have you ever thought about doing comedy while you're tattooing?
Yeah, dude. Everybody always says that,
Ooh.
like, oh my god, you should do comedy while you're tattooing. I'm like, why don't you fuck off and let me just do it? I don't want to do that. You want to fuck up a tattoo?
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, I just feel like that would be like the most cliche thing ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, it'd be really funny if your mom told jokes while she was baking. I don't do that shit. I know. I do stand up because I do stand up, and I like tattooing because it's tattooing. Like, I do both when I go on the road, dude. Like, that was like when I realized, like, oh shit, you could do both. Like, I'm in fucking Portland, Maine this weekend. You know what I mean? Doing fucking comedy. I'm gonna tattoo on there too.
And you can tattoo.
Yeah, and that's where like
Yeah.
a lot of comics fucking hate me because they're like, we did this fucking bullshit fucking gig. I only made $100. I'm like, I made like $400 tattooing today.
Right.
Let's go get a steak.
Hell yeah.
Fucking losers. You know
Let's
what
go
I
the
mean?
whiskey.
Dude, you know how many times I've been on the road with like comics that have like remote jobs, you know what I mean? And like they're like, I'm like, yo, let's go out. And they're like, oh, I gotta work tomorrow. I'm like, oh, that's right. You gotta sign into your fucking stupid
Fag.
fucking bank job. You know what I mean? And fucking, you know, crunch numbers, you piece of shit, because you never tried to make something of yourself. You know what I mean? Well, I still do comedy. I'm like, well, if you were good at it, you wouldn't have to fucking do your dumb bank job. I'm gonna go drink till 4 and go tattoo fucking fat girls tomorrow.
Quit dabbling.
Hell yeah. Tattoo a couple buttholes tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, quit dabbling. Just dive right into it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Make it
that's-
happen.
I think it was Doug Stanhope that said, he's like, you should fucking do whatever you love until you start getting paid for it. He's like, whatever it is, fucking acoustic guitar. Like, that's the biggest fuck you that you could ever do to the world.
You should do whatever you love until you start getting paid for it?
Yeah, you should just do what you do until you're good enough at it to where you're getting paid for it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
then when
whatever-
you get paid, stop?
No, fucking
Oh.
keep
No,
fucking
keep
going.
going.
But the whole point was that like you can make anything a fucking job. You know what I mean? Like, how many fucking
Yeah.
white girls with dreads have Etsy stores that have more money than all of us right now because
Yeah.
they sell
Right.
fucking trinkets and like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you want to buy my crystals? You know what I mean? Like, that's a career. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
People want to trade their dreams for security.
my wife,
My
literally-
wife.
My
wife literally goes to fucking Goodwill and buys clothes because she knows like what shit
What
she's
they
looking
want.
for.
Yeah.
And then she sells it to fucking rich white girls that are too lazy to go shopping on fucking
Yes.
Poshmark.
That's sick.
Yeah, that's a
Hustle, man.
dude, that's a thing you could do. Like,
Yeah.
Like people are like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, dude, if I could do anything in the past, I would go back and I would kick myself in the dick when I decided to take a student loan to go to college because I thought that was the only way out. Like, it's fucking stupid. You know how many people I know with bachelor's degrees that like are like, I can't wait till
They ain't doing
Starbucks
nothing.
opens again.
So
Yeah.
many of
And
them.
they're not even good at making coffee.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
It's fucking shit, dude. Do
Yeah.
fun shit. Like, you guys fucking do this. Like, don't work hard. Don't work hard. It's fucking, we're all gonna die. It's fucking stupid.
Full transparency, though, I do have a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, and what?
Fine arts.
Fine arts.
Oh.
With a focus in graphic design. And so does she.
And so does
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Like, what? I mean, dude, like, college works for
Yeah.
some people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I know-
Yeah.
like, yeah, if you're a doctor, you know what I
College
mean?
was just like an excuse to like play in Photoshop for 4 years.
Yeah, like it's just, but like I feel like it's that forced upon thing of like if you don't go to college, you're not gonna be anything.
Yeah.
like it's that or long
That's
guy.
lame.
Yeah.
It's the fucking world we live in. That's the saddest part about all of this is like, and that's the weirdest thing. Like I get so mad. Like my friends, I have a buddy who's a really good cook that just doesn't do anything, and that's what makes me so mad. It's like, yo, I fucking pay my bills telling dick jokes and tattooing, and you work at a bar cooking wings, like when you could work at like a really good restaurant, but you just never
Yeah.
try. Like fucking go do it.
Yeah.
Stop.
Some people are that do that, like to exactly what you're talking about right now, when they're really good at something, but they don't want to do it enough to where they can make money at it or actually go somewhere with it. Is they want it to be too perfect.
Yeah.
They don't want to release it out to the world, like because they're afraid of the criticism.
Oh yeah. And this dude's got it too easy. He gets to smoke weed in the walk-in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's got a burger named
Yeah.
after him. He's made
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
They're too romantic to it. You know what I mean?
Like this dude doesn't realize that he could
Hey.
be working at like a fucking like
shit.
good ass restaurant.
Somebody in the live chat just said, "I bust cheeks for a living." # cheek buster.
But do you get paid?
Yeah, that's the biggest question.
Wild boy KK, do you get paid for busting cheeks?
What does your shirt say?
Oh god, this is so. So I was working at the shop in Augusta, Georgia last weekend.
Yeah.
Because I've been driving to Georgia to work.
Yeah.
Unlike
for
everybody
tattooing.
else, just sitting around waiting for their
Just
unemployment.
sitting.
Yeah, fuck that.
How
Hustle.
about that
you-
kid who
fuck
just got
you and
shot
your
in Georgia, dude?
stimulus
That shit's
check.
fucked up.
Oh man, that's a whole fucking.
Are you up to date on that story?
Yeah, that was murder. That's what that was.
Yeah.
End of fucking story, dude.
What story?
Straight fucking murder. That kid who got shot running down
Oh,
the
in the
street by
back.
those
I don't
those
care.
guys who ambushed him.
I don't
Yeah.
care if that dude fucked that dude's daughter silly 5 minutes before that. You don't just get to shoot people in the street.
You don't get to
Right,
stand in
right.
the back of a truck bed with a shotgun.
Yeah.
No, hell no.
And there's rules for citizens arrest, and
There's
I'm pretty
rules.
sure one of them is don't shoot them in the face.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That was
Guaranteed.
premeditated all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Like-
waiting.
I'm like, well, how do you know?
They
had
tried
their-
to say he was like,
they
oh,
had-
he was on a construction site or something. Like,
Well,
So
they
what,
said he was
dude?
robbing houses or something, but the security cameras showed him like in a construction house.
Weird, because
you
when
know
that
what I
dude
mean?
was
A
running
house
down
that
the
wasn't
fucking
even
street,
built
I
yet.
didn't see him with fucking
Yeah.
Nana's China in his hands
Yeah,
or a TV.
I didn't see him and shit.
You know, like, so what if he did? Let the fucking cops deal with it. It's
No, they were
hard for me
racist-ass
as
white
it is to
people.
say that.
well, the guys are arrested now, right? So
Yeah.
they're gonna go. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to in front of the fucking Supreme Court.
The first thing that I thought of was like, who filmed this? And then it ends up being like their buddy was the one who filmed
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're trying
All
to
right,
put it on him too.
if you
now.
didn't do anything wrong, then why the minute you shot that dude did your buddy go, oh, I'm done recording?
Yeah,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
How long did it take?
Oh
He
fuck!
didn't roll the tape. He was like, uh-oh.
Oh fuck! Yeah,
How
he
long
shut
did
that
it take?
shit up.
You know he fucking deleted that shit too because that shit happened in February and they
Oh, my
just
God.
now got it.
Oh my god, that's the fucking cream of the crop for fucking white people outrage. You know what I mean? Like people are like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. That was fucking months ago. Where were you? You know what I
Right?
mean?
Yeah. It's just now surfacing. Which is so fucked.
My voice got so raspy in the last couple of years, dude. I'm just like, I'll come home from like a long weekend of doing shows. I'm like, hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Scaring the shit out of my daughter. I call her. She's like, who is this? I'm like,
Come to daddy.
it's your dad.
I love you.
Give me a hug.
I'll be there at 7.
I can't wait to hear.
You got a serious rasp, and you know, it's nice to hear a comedian with a solid rasp because you don't really hear that too much nowadays. Like people are taking care of themselves,
because
and
they're
you're
soft.
yeah, they're soft and they're not a total train wreck like you, and I
Oh
really
my God.
appreciate
I
it.
don't even like a train wreck, maybe. You know what I mean? Like a small train, like if the kids train at the mall, that's the train wreck.
The
I am.
train
Like,
wreck at Largo
toy
Park.
train.
yeah, that one. If that one fucked up, maybe like a kid lost a foot. That's my life. I'm not like full on fucking. Oh my God, like 80 Haitians died in the mountain because this fucking train went.
Yeah, it was just like
The
100 people
Largo
on it.
Park, the little train.
Yeah,
the
little
That's
train
right
that
on.
you can sit on. It's like a wagon on the
Yeah,
train tracks.
like if that dude has
You're too
one too
drunk
many
and you
fucking
tipped
natty
it
lights, yeah.
I'm too fat and drunk for this little train.
I had one too many coquitos. It was Christmas time. Looking at the lights, I knocked it over.
Didn't
I'm
lean
high
into
on
the turn.
cocaine. I'll get right back up. Don't worry about it.
I'll catch up.
Dude, comedy's gotten so soft. Like I'll be at a comedy club and like I'll go and like, oh my god, you smoke? I'm like, ugh.
You fucks.
Like I'm a piece of shit because I smoke now. Like I love going to like shows and like bars where you can like still smoke inside.
Me too.
Like oh god,
Those are my favorite bars. That's why I like the whiskey. You sit in
Yeah.
there all night, smoke cigarettes, and drink beer.
you
and
pay enough
fucking
money.
watch
Time out.
titties.
Time out.
Time out. But
You
they're
can
closed
actually-
right now.
Oh god, they like it looks nicer than it used to be.
It
Like,
is.
yeah.
They've remodeled it a little
I
bit.
got kicked out of there one night. I don't even
Yeah,
know what
I've
I
been
did.
kicked
It was
out of
probably
there
something
before.
stupid.
How do you get kicked out of timeout?
You get wild. Sometimes the night gets wild.
I don't know.
Yeah, Luke, you should know, Mr. Rap Video.
Things get out of hand.
Yeah, you know, sometimes the night gets a little wild.
Sometimes you just gotta turn up.
Sometimes you just bust into Rap Video and throw the Hulk Hogan up.
Sometimes things happen and you end up on Bay News 9.
We got kicked out of Applebee's. I used to live across the one on across the street from the one on Bryanderry, and I was just drunk at Applebee's because like you'd run out of booze or you'd want like wonton tacos. You know what I mean? That was the only reasons that you would walk, and it was like 4 doors down. So like you'd end up over, and I was just at Applebee's like just pissed drunk with my buddy. And you're sitting at the bar, so like I'm a barfly person. I like the bar. I forget that I'm at an Applebee's. I'm just drinking at a bar.
Yeah,
And just like bullshit about whatever and just fucking pack and light a cigarette. I'm like, can I get an ashtray? And they're like, get the fuck out.
You're an app.
I'm sorry, I thought it was a bar. You can't smoke in here. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm
I
sorry.
like bars you can still fucking smoke and drink in.
Yeah.
Those are the good bars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
fuck it. If you're gonna go to a bar, you might as well smoke a cigarette.
Fucking plumes, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Not a fan of the smoky bars anymore.
Oh, man. That's why I love this.
I've had a taste of the unsmoky bars, so I need like the not smoky bars. Like, it's nice waking up the next day and not smelling like shit.
Excuse me.
Well, dude, thank you so much for doing
Thank
this. It's a
you.
fucking killer podcast.
Thanks for hanging and listening to some shit,
Fuck
guys.
yeah, dude. You're a funny motherfucker.
Yeah, it's weird.
Next time we do this, you're gonna hopefully you can bring a tattoo gun and do some tattoos on.
Oh, it's a machine.
Yeah. Next time.
It is a
We'll
machine.
plan it
It's a
out.
machine.
We'll come to
We
you.
should
We'll
do a
do
stick
a
and poke
remote
on 'em.
podcast.
Dude, I'm down. We'll only do stick and pokes.
Yeah, stick and poke.
Stick and poke.
Oh man, this sounds crazy.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do you have any stick and poke
prison
tattoos?
Prison tattoos.
No, I don't. I have some awful ones, but they were all done the right way.
What's the worst tattoo
Dude,
you
that
have?
fucking 666. Show the 666 one for the camera. The Junction 666.
It's this guy, yeah. The old fucking Tom Stewart Causeway.
That one's sick.
Like worst tattoo, like taste wise, or just the
that you have. Like, what's your
Taste-wise?
what's
like
the
like,
tattoo?
like
you-
tasteless, like awful.
I don't know. Maybe what's you look at you and like, man, I shouldn't have got that fucking tattoo.
I have a tribal tattoo on the outside of my fucking.
Ooh.
Like, when I was like 16, yeah. I
Damn.
fucking hate that thing. I think that's the only reason I don't take care of myself because I'm like, if I don't, I'm gonna lose that foot to diabetes anyway, and then that tattoo's gone. As soon as I get diabetes bad enough to lose that
Cut that
foot,
fucker
Fuck,
off.
what if it happens in the other foot?
it's fucking
Take that
That's
one.
not part of the plan.
bring on the ho hos in the chair, bro.
What's the best one you got? What's your favorite tattoo you got?
I don't know, man. It's like a weird. It's kind of
It's
like.
a stupid question, right?
Yeah, no, it's like one of them. It's like I didn't have time to really think
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know, like tattoos I have for my kid. I fucking love, dude.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
a jalapeno on my ankle that has
Yeah,
a
yeah.
banner that says.
That's what I'm
holla.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's the one I'm talking about.
That
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
That one fucks.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Like,
Fuck yeah.
She's got a narwhal with a laser beam shooter on its head that says pew pew.
that's
That's
good
amazing.
stuff.
Really stupid.
I just
Hell
painted
yeah.
a narwhal snake the other day.
Oh, that's
That
just
is
fucking rad.
stupid.
Ooh.
I think the worst thing that I probably ever got, dude. I got "I love tits" tattooed on my ass, but it's like an eye, a heart, and like 2 straight '70s porno, like fucking banana titties.
Nice.
Because my mom was like, "When are you gonna get something that means something?" And I was
Here you go.
drunk and I goes, "Yeah, I got something I'll love forever." And it's like, well, I was like, "Titties."
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Cool.
She's a great lady. Yeah, thanks for
Shout out to
having me,
mom.
guys.
Fuck yeah, man. Can't wait to do this again at the tattoo shop.
Yeah, come
Some
by. I'll
tats.
tattoo you guys.
Fuck yeah.